We're in business. People of the internet, welcome back to another live stream assembly. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. Man, oh man. A nap was imperative, folks. You understand. You're an adult. You understand. You understand we all need our naps at this age. Man's needed a nap. No nap, no stream. First and foremost, let me make sure everything is up and running. I do a lot of back and forth, honestly. At first I thought I was done with Twitch because I just don't like the interface, but I'm just gonna start streaming on Twitch. As a matter of fact, I needed to upload. I needed to set my link. I might do that. Nonetheless, folks, here I am for another Wednesday night assembly. It's a little bit late, but a nap was needed. Because without the nap, I wouldn't have been able to do this. Had to eat, had to sleep a little bit. Because, like, if you know, you know. I don't know if you guys see me on Twitter, but I'm a night owl. So let me make sure. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm up and running everywhere real quick. So as I mentioned earlier, I should be live streaming on Rumble. I should be live streaming on Twitter. I should be live streaming on YouTube. And I should be live streaming on Twitch. Let me confirm to make sure that statement is indeed true. Close this joint out real quick. Boom. And it's vibes, folks. It's vibes. We chilling, man. It's nothing too crazy. It's a Wednesday night. Hopefully your week has been going smooth. Hopefully your week is off to a smooth start. What the? Mine somewhat is. Temperature's been dropping. For sure. The nights are cold. The mornings are cold. Which honestly I'm not too mad at, if I'm being completely honest, because I'm actually ready for winter. Not winter, I'm ready for fall, I should say. I hate winter. Let me not give y'all that impression. So if I could just confirm something real quick. All right, bet. There we go. All right, finally. Boom. So we're good on Rumble. Shout out to the good folks over at Rumble. Shout out to Nickel Floor, man. Nickel Floor over on Rumble, man. Was rocking out with me last stream. It's always funny because, like, you never know who's watching. Like, you never know who's watching, bro. So I appreciate those that are. Let me make sure I'm live on. Bet. Looks like we're good on. Let me see how it looks like on mobile too. So I'm hanging out, folks. You see it in the title, man. I'm in no rush. I am indeed a night owl. If you're watching this live, you're watching this live. If you watch it on the replay, you watch it on the replay. It's all the same to me. These are typically my standard operating hours. Cool. Nice. Yeah, we are good on mobile. Damn, that's what's up. It's kind of risky business doing this on YouTube because in order to stream on YouTube, of course, that means I can't play music. Also, in order to stream on YouTube, that means anytime I do these monkey app chats, of course, if you're not familiar, I'll explain a little bit more in detail, but that could be a little bit risky as well too, especially for the first stream. If you caught clips of my first monkey app chat on Monday, then you would have saw that it was a bit it was a bit interesting, man. The vibes were different. It's an app that I'm actually glad I came across because I used to see I've seen some content creators use it before as well too. And it just makes for good content, one, because you literally never know what you're gonna get. It also, just different types of characters in the cases, but I do feel like implementing that into my live streams, implementing that into my channel makes it more, it just kind of brings things all together because essentially that's the whole essence of my channel, right? So of course you see the title of my channel, of my brand, of course, is Abstract Assembly, which is literally that. It's the abstract, it's the assembly of the abstract. It's the gathering of all different walks of life, all backgrounds, all races, all genders, all, socioeconomic classes, man. That's the whole vibe of this channel. On this channel, of course, I like to talk about philosophy, self-improvement, and the culture. So when I came across this monkey app and finally, realized that, hey, man, that is something I'm actually going to want to implement on my channel, just makes sense because technically each of these conversations are indeed an abstract assembly. It's a gathering of just unique people, of different people. Our commonality between us all is that we are indeed human. No matter what stage we are in our lives, let me put this over here. No matter what stage we are in our lives, we are indeed human. We're all trying to figure this life thing out. So I like to just get the perspectives of other humans. You don't gotta look like me. You don't gotta talk like me. You don't gotta dress like me. You don't have to. I don't vote, so I can't say you don't gotta vote like me. But I don't care what part of the world you're from. We're all humans. So what better way to gain perspective from other humans who are trying to figure this life thing out as I am myself? What better way to do that than to talk to other humans, get their perspective, get their POV, trying to figure out what they make of this world and the happenings within it. That's the vibes, folks. Let me make sure I'm good on Twitch, and then I'll get started. Pretty sure I am. So I did test it out. I saw the step that I missed. Of course, the last stream, I wasn't able to do it on, on Monday. I missed a step. I would have streamed on, but it's actually good that I didn't, because again, I don't even know if YouTube is going to let me be having people brandishing weapons. Brandishing weapons. I don't know why everybody on the app, I'm telling you, that's not even the first one. If you saw my Twitter, man, you saw the one dude that toted the AK-47. I thought it wasn't a Draco. It was an AK-47 assault rifle, of course. I don't even know which one. Bro asked me, yo, am I on the podcast? First of all, it's not a podcast. I hate when people call this a podcast. It's not a podcast. It's a live stream. It's not a podcast. You see the mic, whatever the case is, but it's a live stream, man. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's whatever the case is. So it's like, but he wanted to confirm first. Yo, am I on there? I'm about to be on there? Yeah, you about to be on there. And the next thing he thinks to do is raise his AK-47. I don't think YouTube is rocking with that, bro. YouTube's not gonna let that slide. So it's actually better that I didn't even mess with that, bro, because but nonetheless, I'm gonna still take the risk. I think you get 3 strikes and you're out on YouTube. So I'm willing to sacrifice a potential strike, I guess you could say. Shout out to the content creators. I'm on my YouTube streets. I see people working right now, man. Other live streamers. Shout out to y'all. The Pineapple Show. So it's risky business doing that joint on YouTube, man, because you'll never know what you get. It's like, damn, bro. Man's pulled the AK-47 on stream. That's a no, bro. What you trying to do? Man's trying to get me up out of there. Nonetheless, had some really dope conversations my last stream. Met some pretty interesting individuals my last stream. And I hope to keep that vibe as well too. Perspective, folks. I'm here for perspective. Cool. Yeah, man. So damn, we up and running. I feel like Thanos. All the Infinity Rings. I'm on Rumble. I'm live on Rumble. I'm live on Twitter. I'm live on YouTube, and I'm live on Twitch. Pick one, folks. You got no excuse now. When I was only initially just streaming on Rumble and Twitter, it was an easy rebuttal for you to say, oh, well, I don't be on there like that. I'm not on Twitter. I don't be on Twitter, bro. Sorry. Or I'm not on Rumble, bro. Sorry. I never even heard of Rumble, bro. Sorry. I can't pull up to the stream, bro. I never heard of that. All right. Touche. But now that I've gone ahead and added YouTube and Twitch, of course, which are honestly, to be honest, those are the 2 major platforms when you think about this live streaming thing. It makes sense. Makes sense to be on there. Although I feel my way about each and every single platform, but it makes sense to be on there. So now you got no excuse. I'm on YouTube live streaming right now until they deem otherwise. Because a lot of content creators that I would feel like within my realm, some of them are still on there. Some of them have not. Some of them are not. Some of them have been booted from the platform of YouTube because of their views, because of the things that they say, the things that they maybe do outside of camera as well too sometimes. YouTube is Disney, man. And shout out to YouTube. I appreciate the platform for sure, 100%. But they're pretty, it's like every single platform has their TOS, or terms of service, right? So you got to follow their rules. And YouTube just seems to have the most strictest rules. They don't want you saying too much. They don't want you doing too much. You can't really do too much. You got to be. But again, I see some people still on there, whatever the case is. So I'm just going to keep doing me. And then when the time comes, if and when they feel like 3 strikes and I'm out, I will cross that bridge when I get there, as I like to say. Nonetheless, folks, it's greatly appreciated if you're rocking on me on whatever platform. Pick a platform, any of them. You have 4 to pick from now, so there's literally no excuse. All right, we're good. So, nonetheless, make sure my audio is good. 1 second. All right, folks. It looks like we're good. Starting a little bit late tonight, of course, as I mentioned, just had to take a nap. Standard protocol. You would have wanted to take a nap as well too, so can't blame me for it. Nonetheless, at least I'm still here on a Wednesday, which indeed is what the days that I said I was going to be on here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, somewhere between the hours of 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Of course, if this is your first stream, that's typically the time I would like to be on here, but things happen. Life be life. Nonetheless, honestly, I might just hop straight into the Monkey app chats because I did have a lot of fun doing that. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually pretty fun. I'm gonna peruse through the streets of of Twitter and YouTube to see if there's anything worth reacting to, giving some energy to. Let me pull up my Twitter. If I see y'all on the timeline, I'm saying what's up. What's the world talking about right now, man? And then I'll start on Twitter because usually, I don't know if I'm maybe just not following enough people, but there's usually nobody really saying much. Which is a good thing sometimes, like no crazy headlines, whatever the case is. And then I'll toggle over to YouTube and see what's happening on there. If there's anything worth throwing my 2 cents in the pot for. And if I can't find nothing of substance, then we'll go ahead and dive straight into the Monkey app chats, which honestly I feel like is fun. I see a video already jumping out at me. I like that. Let me get into that real quick. Let me so over on YouTube, I see a title that jumps out to me. It says, hold on 1 second, let me see something. I'll share my screen. It comes from 8 at the Table. I think I used to watch some of the content from this channel as well too. Shout out to the content creators 8 at the Table over on YouTube. I see a title that jumps out to me entitled Why I Stopped Cheating. Looks like there's a gentleman in the thumbnail, so I'm assuming it's his POV of why he stopped cheating. Of course, as of late, I've been talking a lot about relationship dynamics between men and women, things that I feel like people are actually going through in their day-to-day lives as well too. So I'm interested to hear from this gentleman's point of view why he in particular chose to stop cheating. Ladies, get your pen and paper. Let's take a look.
I don't miss having to cry over like shit that I caused, and I don't have to I don't miss having to go through hell for however long, a month or whatever, because of my actions, and I hate having to apologize, especially for shit that I did. So I'd rather just find a girl that likes girls. I mean, there's a lane for everything that you want. And then if the person that you're with isn't on board with that, then like you really need to step your game up. Get her if she's on your team, that means, and you are the leader, you know what I mean? She gotta fall in line.
I'm already knowing what he's talking
My
about.
humble opinion.
My humble opinion. Because I think there's ways that everybody could get what they want, right? And if we're talking about like a man with a girl that doesn't like girls per se, right? She probably got other kinks, you know what I mean? And or other fetishes or whatever the case may be. And if she grants you that, and like you can't rule her under the thumb. You gotta let go too. Because you gotta think about like the long-term happiness that you're gonna get out of what you want. And she gets what she want, and then
Like, I feel like
Let me pause right there real quick. So if I'm following correctly, again, the video comes from a channel called 8 at the Table. It's entitled Why I Stopped Cheating. If I gather from what I'm gathering thus far in this conversation, it looks like the first gentleman that was speaking is basically saying that he might as well find a woman that's can get in line. This gentleman right here. basically, from what I'm saying. So, if I understood him correctly, this gentleman here believes that if he knows that he's unable to be in a monogamous relationship, of course, with just one individual woman, then he might as well find a woman that I guess he says likes girls as well too. I don't know if he's necessarily talking about polyamory, so that maybe there's a third maybe partner in there. I don't know if he was maybe saying, I'm assuming that's maybe what he was saying, because he was kept saying like, I don't know, I just need to find a girl that likes women as well too. She could get in line or whatever she said, whatever, yada yada yada. And that way, that can make him exempt from this, accusation of cheating, this, that, and the other. There's also situations where some women know, like, they don't necessarily like other women, but some women know, like, hey, I know my man talks to other girls on the side, this, that, and the other, yada yada yada. And there may be whatever terms they come to, they may be cool with that as well too. I'm assuming he's either talking about the latter. I'm gonna let them rock out a little bit more. Obviously, I want to get to the other gentleman. Of course, it looks like his stance is gonna be why he chose to stop cheating. I'll share my thoughts on this conversation as well too, and just the topic in general. And then, of course, as always, I encourage you guys to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's get into it. I think it was about 1:34.
Best way I can say is like, right, I still have 2 kids in my house, and my daughter could not want anything to drink. But if my son goes to the refrigerator and grab a drink, out of nowhere she's like, I want juice too.
Influenced by osmosis. That's what I call it. But I'm saying, think about it as an adult though. So think about anything that you want, right, that you don't discuss with your girl. You don't think that she may want something that she doesn't discuss with you. So those are like the uncomfortable conversations you have to have. And then once you have those uncomfortable conversations, in the end, it'll probably draw you closer, because 1, that's vulnerability. 2, there's trust. And 3, like, okay, well, I appreciate you being able to be like a safe place for me to tell you these things. And then that shit can happen. You know what I mean? And then it's instead of doing devious shit that you ain't really got to do. It's so crazy. Like, you really don't got to do devious shit. I know it's hard and it's in our blood to do devious shit, but like, you could really keep it super player, and you could say like, hey, listen, this is what I'd like. You know what I mean? You either with it or you're not. Okay, you're not. Cool. Give it some time, right? What do you like, right? Break that down to her that way. You're not fucking with me, you can fuck with the next dude. He ain't gonna tell you what he like. He gonna cheat on you, and you're gonna either A, come back here, or B, say, I should have stuck with the nigga that was keeping it real with me.
I love the fact that you're saying all this with a Future shirt.
Dead ass.
All right. So let's pause right there real quick. All right, so that's his philosophy, folks. Of course, you heard the gentleman there. We're talking about how this gentleman, of course, seems to be on the side where he's saying he doesn't necessarily have to worry about cheating if he could keep it real, keep it player with the woman that he's dealing with from the gate. Come down to her, tell her, yo, this is how I kind of want to move. Are you with it? Are you not? She can at that point say yes, cool, no problem. She can maybe rebuttal with her terms and conditions, yada, 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 this, that, and the other. Before the other dude speaks, I'll share my thoughts on this as well. Here's why I would say I would agree with him to a degree. I agree with him a little bit, in the sense of, and I think this is where dudes mess up a lot. When it comes to courting a woman or trying to find a girlfriend or a wife, whatever the case is, dudes mess up when y'all start lying. He even said it himself. He said, oh, there's no reason for us to be devious. A lot of dudes are known of being liars, devious little weasels, sneaky little men that this, that, and the other. Whereas if you just kept it real from the beginning, there's no reason. There's no reason for you to pull all these little moves, whatever the case is, and ultimately you'll be surprised at the women that are willing to meet your terms. I'm not necessarily saying it's a good thing. I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad thing either, but you'll be surprised at the amount of how many, 8 billion people are on the planet, however many they say. I don't know what percentage of that is women, what the case is, but basically you'll be surprised at the amount of women who would be willing to adhere to your terms. Now, she's going to maybe rebuttal and say, all right, cool, if that's the game we're playing, then I'm gonna need you to XYZ, yada yada yada, this and the other. And this goes back to me saying what I said earlier, man. A lot of us should just be in mutual understandings. So that way you don't have to worry about the societal, rules and regulations of the standard relationship. You guys are maneuvering in your relationship based off the rules that you guys made for yourselves. You see what I'm saying? So the one part where I say I agree with this dude is that he's saying, like, yeah, man, just keep it real with women from the gate, bro. If you know, fellas, man, if you know that you're not somebody who subscribes to the ideology of monogamy, which is one man, one woman, if you know you're not about that, then you need to entertain the women who see your philosophy, right? Entertain the women that might be okay with you having a side piece, this, that, the other, however you want to call it. Because again, like, I had this conversation as well too. I think that video I'm gonna upload that tomorrow. I had a conversation with a young girl. I think she was a student on my last stream, and I kind of agreed as well too. She too was under the impression that all this side piece and this, that, the other, that's gonna be pretty much normalized. That's gonna be normal business. That's gonna be something we see all the time, in my personal opinion. It's gonna be more accepted, I should say. Well, yeah, normalized is the word. It's gonna be one of those situations that people are gonna, based off of the terms, what the case is, these younger and younger generations, I feel like our culture and these music videos and these, celebrity culture, I think that's making it where it's not so frowned upon if, on the low, he or she, both men and women maybe got a little something on the side. Let me toggle back over. I want to get to the part where bro says why he stopped cheating. I want to hear, and I'll tell you why I think men stop cheating as well too, but I want to hear what the one dude says.
I don't think Future's toxic. I think Future be telling you exactly what the fuck he did with the women that said they wasn't going to do it, on top of the women that say they are going to do it, and are honest with him, like, listen, I'm going to do it, and I want money, and I want the fame, and I want the diamonds. I think everybody's like in a truthful lane. And I think the women that are on some like, I'm going to wait for a man, I'm going to wait for a good man, when really, I think that's all bullshit, because they just haven't met that nigga that could get them out they lane, really.
So they want to be moved.
Not even moved, because I had this conversation with my girl, and she's always on some like, morals, and me, my morals has been different. My morals just been different. So like, if you never been, put it like this, if you never been homeless,
You don't know what morals are.
then you don't know what morals are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or we just live by a different set of morals, point blank, period. So like, I said this to her, and we had this long conversation, and she just takes stuff so personal, but I'd be like, yo, it's not personal, we're just having a conversation, chill out. Like, you got a price.
Damn.
You just don't know it yet.
And I said the fact that like, you haven't come.
Ladies, let me pause right there. Do y'all have a price? It's how he said it that sounded a little bit whatever. But ladies, do y'all have a price? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I kind of agree in the sense of not a price on some like, when he said it like that, it make it sound like y'all are, hookers or whatever the case is, or gold diggers, whatever the case is. Ladies, come on. We do understand that y'all look to join forces with a man majority of the time for, you could say for companionship and emotional, companionship and this, that, safety, protector, yada, yada. But a good chunk of the time, you do want some level of financial security. So I think, of course, that level of financial security, what is that amount for you? Ladies, what amount does a man have to be making for you to turn a blind eye to his extracurricular activities? Because again, like, in celebrity culture, this, that, and the other, we kind of see that that's normalized. But of course, they live a completely different lives than we do. But a lot of women, there's little TikToks that I see from time to time. They'll be like, there will be the one woman they'll show, me when I accidentally walk in. It would be from a woman's point of view, and they'll be like, me when I accidentally walk into my billionaire husband, cheating on me, whatever the case is. And she just plays a blind eye, like, sorry guys. She walks in on them doing whatever, and she apologizes, and she walks back out and says she ain't seen nothing, because of course her husband is a billionaire. So to his point in this analogy is basically saying when he said all women have a price, is basically saying like, man, in his opinion, all women have an amount that a man could be making where it's just like, it's too good. I'm not gonna get something like that again. If your husband is a billionaire, you're probably going to be able to, he got it, a little bit more, as opposed if he was just a dude that, was not a billionaire. I'm not even going to say a type of profession or range class, but let's say if a dude had financial security and was able to check every single box of yours, but from time to time he did his own thing, some women out there would turn a blind eye. Some women will not. I'm not saying every woman should. But I do agree to an extent that, yeah, a man who has some financial strength, it's an easier pill to swallow, I would assume, ladies, if you know that financially, even other elements as well, too, he can still be a good guy, but he might just be looking elsewhere. I want to get to the dude's point because I want to say something. When I saw this title, of course, it kind of jumped out to me, Why I Stopped Cheating. I do believe men can be faithful. That's what I want to get to. Me saying this, don't let what I'm saying on this first, I guess, point of view from this one dude, don't let what I'm saying make you believe that I subscribe to a certain ideology or this, that, and the other. I'm just able to see different point of views. So this title that I saw, Why I Stopped Cheating, I believe it's going to be this dude in the Steelers jersey that's going to give that stance. I wanted to see why he stopped because, ladies, let me tell you something. A dude can be faithful if he wants to. All men are not dogs. All men are not cheaters. All men are not dogs. A man could be monogamous if he wants to. And I get ladies as well, too. Y'all can be monogamous if y'all want to as well, too, of course. So it's all about the decision. I hate when I always see, it's always black man. I'm going to go find a white man. It's down to the person. It's down to the morals. It's down to where you categorize certain things in your life, your POV, your personal perspectives. But for the most part, a man can be faithful. A man could be, a man could not cheat if he wanted to. Let's just keep it real. Like, he can. But society has made it where it's not necessarily expected. Let me see if I could keep watching and get to the point of what enticed me about the video to begin with.
The terms with it, I'm not mad at you. That's just your
fucking
your moral blockage saying, no, I'm a good girl. Cool.
Your moral comfort.
Yeah.
You didn't even get to that point where you really need to test your morality.
That's it. And I said, name a number. And then she came with, no one's going to give me. And I said, but if they did. And then, that's a bridge we have to cross. We ain't got to cross that bridge. We're having a conversation. That's your bridge. That's your number. So because I will go up and be like, yeah, bet. That's the number. And you want some second thoughting it. That don't make me worse than you. That just make me like, let's get this money. Shit.
It don't make sense to me because for me, it's like, to me, it's like, I think like men would be able to give a number real fast, right? And then depending on, the person, the number could increase or it could decrease. But for a woman, she'd be like, let's just say somebody, let's say The Rock is her crush, or Idris Elba, right? And they'd be like, yeah, so if Idris is your crush, he came to you with 500,000, you letting it go? Oh no, I'm not letting it go. Like all of a sudden, your crush isn't worth this. But I only took you on 2 dates.
What are y'all talking about?
I only took you on 2 dates. They were $300 a piece.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was $600, and I was hitting.
And she hit you with the you're different though, right? Like, come on, stop. I hate that. Just be honest. Just be honest.
Are y'all getting to the point?
Man, look, I think this.
There we go.
I think going back to what you were talking about, and I wanted to touch on it, my only drawback is when I don't believe that things have to be equal, right? I realize that people will exercise equality and not desire it, but they're just going to exercise it because it's positioned or proposed. For example, let's say if I'm like, hey, let's have an open relationship with like me and my girl.
Bruh, get
Try
to the point.
To go out. It's not an open relationship. Smart. And they were only saying yes and exercise. If I said, listen, this is what I want to do, she goes, find somebody who.
I think that.
I'm out of here. Nonetheless, folks, title was a bit misleading. That does happen on YouTube. People, and I think they be doing that as well, too. I think this channel does do that. Clickbait, man. I hate clickbait titles. People will title things certain things, and then you watch the video, and then it has nothing to do with what the title is for. I hate when you do that, bro. Nonetheless, I guess the major takeaway from that was, people should be able to come to some type of terms when they're dealing with somebody else that both parties can agree to. If you want to live a certain lifestyle, make sure that the person, instead of having to lie and to cheat and to be devious and all this extra stuff, just find somebody who can see your point of view. It's very simple. Find somebody who can see your point of view. Come with something to the table. I don't think just anybody could. I think you got to be a certain stature of man and woman. Let's just, I want to make sure it's even on both sides. If you want to come to the table with some terms that are not traditional, you got to make sure you know what you're dealing with. Like, you have to have that leverage to be able to even come to the table and say, oh, I want to. A lot of you dudes are trying to live that lifestyle. You're not qualified to even come to a woman and tell her, yo, I'm trying to see if I can talk. You can't do that. You're not in position because you're already not even taking care of things at home. Some men, right? The only way a man will come confidently to a woman, look her, be able to have the audacity to look her in her eye and tell her, hey, I think I want to, talk to other people while I'm talking to you. Are you cool with that? A man, not any old man can say that. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm talking about. Some men don't have the audacity to sit down to a woman and say that. Oh. I'm laughing. It's levels. Let's just keep it real. It's levels. That's my whole takeaway of that. They didn't necessarily get to the whole point, which was what I was trying to get to. Well, I'll speak of myself. Why do men stop cheating? Because I do think that is plausible. I think men stop cheating, honestly. I do want to believe it's something that comes with age. I'll speak for me because I do know some dudes, they'll be 40, 50, 60, 70. It don't matter. They still in the game. Their jerseys will never touch the rafters. They're still out in the game, still playing. I do think, though, like, a man could, again, based off of his upbringing, based off of where he's at in his life, based off of whatever, he can stop cheating. If you have a husband right now or a boyfriend right now and he's been cheating, whatever the case is, and he wakes up one morning and says, you know what? It's taking a toll on me, or whatever the reason may be. I don't feel like it. It's dangerous. Honestly, I think it's just risky business. But nonetheless, if you got a boyfriend or a husband or, a wife or girlfriend who does her thing or does his thing on the side and they don't subscribe and you didn't negotiate those terms, that's when you can say, oh, all right, cool. That's a problem. But if a man will stop or a woman will stop if they weigh the circumstance, hopefully the light bulb comes on one day. He's like, you know what? Is it really worth it? Is it, is it worth the time, the energy, the resources to be entertaining 2, 3, 4, 5 people? It depends. Some people got the time, got the resources to do that. Some people do not. You see what I'm saying? So, but I do know men are capable. Stop making it seem as if men are incapable. Like, oh, all men are dogs. They're always going to cheat. This, that, and the other. And then you start passing it down to the younger generation. You make the young girls now, the young daughters now come up and believe like, oh, he's inevitably going to cheat on me. We don't want to necessarily spread that narrative too long because then it's just like there'll never be any hope. Whereas you can say, man, I think both people, both men and women, have the ability to be monogamous under conditions that maybe they understand themselves. It's like, ladies, no matter how many times you cry, you beg, oh, please, he's not going to stop until he wants to stop. Period. And I'm not laughing like and vice versa. Let me not just say the men as well too. Ladies, fellas, man, if you got a woman that has cheated on you, she steps out, whatever the case is, bro, she's not going to stop until she feels like stopping. No matter how many you could cry and beg her and this, that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I thought we said we weren't going to do this anymore. I've seen so many stories. Both parties, both men and women, are not going to stop until they feel like, all right, it's only something that triggers in their own brain. It's like, all right, bet, you know what? I don't want to do that no more. It's not what you said. It's not what you did. It's not what you bought him. It's not what you bought her. It's not whatever the case is. It's going to be based off of how they feel, based off of their own stage in their life, their morals, this, that, and the other. That's just my take. But of course, I want to hear yours down in the comment section below. What do you make of this? What does it take for you to be monogamous? Or have you entered into what I like to call a mutual understanding where you were able to find somebody who matches the ideology that you subscribe to? Where I say, if you have an untraditional view on relationships and an untraditional view on marriage or an untraditional view on monogamy, maybe you were able to find a counterpart who also subscribes to the ideologies that you subscribe to. Whereas cheating is looked at differently in your specific relationship. Talking to somebody else, whether it's the woman that's doing it, whether the man is doing it, maybe based off the terms of your mutual understanding, maybe that constitutes you still working within the confines and everybody still being faithful within the confines of the rules that you made in your own mutual understanding. That's my philosophy. As I always say, I'm not somebody who goes off of societal norms or what the society says things should be like. Go to school, get married, get a job. No. We're not doing that. You got to make your own rules. So basically, to cut out all the crying and the backstabbing and the dipping and dodging, you might as well just find somebody who subscribes to the philosophies that you subscribe to when it comes to dating and marriage and all of that, and maybe y'all could live happily ever after. I think that's how we'll see the divorce rate go down. It'll go lower. Because technically, off of the terms that you made yourself, there's no divorce because this is what we agreed to, is basically what I'm saying. Nonetheless, folks, of course, that's my thoughts. I want to hear yours. The likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Let's see if we can find something else. This is where I would play music, but being that I'm streaming on YouTube, I cannot do so. YouTube, stop being greedy, bro. Shout out to y'all that's watching. If you're watching on either of the platforms, it's greatly appreciated. If you're watching me on Twitch, shout out to you. If you're watching me on Twitter, shout out to you. If you're watching me on YouTube, shout out to you. And if you're watching me on Rumble, it is all greatly appreciated. Nonetheless, let's see if we can find something else. That one was a little blah. I might not even use that. Nonetheless, what else? I'll share my screen so y'all can see what I'm looking at as well. What time is it? 11:10. I heard about this story. I want to, YouTuber regrets dating a single mom when this happened. Let me hear about this story, man. I don't know if it's, let me see something. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. This comes from the celebrity junk, O'Shea Duke Jackson. YouTuber regrets dating a single mom when this happened. What happened?
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke
My internet has been a little bit laggy, I'm not going to lie.
Jackson, back at it again with another YouTuber. Some of you know this guy as the name of CJ So Cool. Okay, now CJ So Cool, I don't really know the man, but again, I've seen him. He's a huge channel, very successful. I think over 2 billion views. And anybody in the YouTube business, you know how hard it is to get views on the site. So to get 2 billion, it's successful. Okay, he met this lady when she had 3 kids. Her name was Royalty. And Royalty, when he was homeless and they got together, I believe they ended up with some kids themselves after that, but they started the channel.
This is Carnation. I am not the father of any of these. I'm just no, seriously though. Me and Royalty have only been together for 3 years, going on 3 years anyway. This month makes 3 years. We don't have any children together at all. These are her children.
All of my children. And I'm so glad to have CJ.
Now, certain things have occurred with this couple, and now CJ So Cool is now broke. There were times where this guy in 2021, he was making as much as $879,000 in a month. That's crazy to do that in 1 month, but the guy was really balling. And then now he went through some times and he's broke, and he's been accused by Royalty, his ex baby mama, of doing this.
Just know that I'm very proud of Jalea for her strength and her courage, for even saying anything, because it's victims out there that take this to the grave, that are scared to speak up about stuff like this because people don't believe them or because they're too embarrassed. Even hard for me to get on this camera and to even have to come and clear something up like this, because in a million years I never thought this would happen to me or my family. I admire my daughter's strength for even saying anything, and I love her for that, and I thank her for that. And for you small-minded people to think that I would just sit there and let this man abuse my child with me knowing that, you have to be dumb. You have to be sick yourself to think that I would just sit there and let him do this to my child. There isn't enough money, clout, or fame for me to just sit there to let him do this type of things to my child. What would I gain? What would we gain from any of this?
Now, CJ So Cool has dramatically responded to it.
I ain't dating nobody with kids. I'm not doing it, bro. How weird do you have to be to accept me in your life? I just met you today. You let me move in your house tomorrow. And 10 years later, you say I did this. This shit ain't making sense, bro. And I don't want this on my spirit. I don't want anyone attaching me to this. I ain't P. Diddy and R. Kelly. Those people have thousands of accusations against them. Y'all call it the Me Too movement. They have a bunch of people saying, me too. But I've had hundreds of kids stay at my house. And I have not ever did anything inappropriate to anyone. So what the I had a lady, Janine, reach out to me who always had her daughter around me, bro. She just texted me yesterday. She cannot believe they doing this to me. Her exact words were, I cannot believe that all you've ever tried to do was help people, and this is how they coming for you. My daughter has never felt uncomfortable around you. I have never said anything negative about you. I can't believe they saying this. And I'm like, what? I thought I was the only one. That's why I'm saying I know people are rooting for me. I know people understand good and evil. I know people know that I ain't never did anything like that and wouldn't wish it on anybody.
And then Brother Brandman Kevo, who was a former friend of the guy, explained it like this.
CJ So Cool. You know what I mean? A lot of people have been sending me videos and shit talking about basically they saying that, you know, damn bro, you know, we know CJ got the loan, you know, and he got a few $1 million he had to pay back and stuff like that. But to be honest though, me knowing the insides of what's really going on, you know, the real reason I feel like, you know, these companies really even gave him the loan is because they feel like maybe he was gonna rekindle his relationship with royalty. And by him rekindling his relationship with royalty, they was like, okay, well, they was basically saying that by him rekindling his relationship with royalty, he was going to be able to, you know, possibly make the money back. But all those problems started happening. Royalty knew he got the money. What he did was he bought chains for the kids, brought royalty like this little cheap ass Hellcat out of all the money that they got. And that's when things went left because royalty was looking at it like, well, these are my kids. You know what I mean? And that's where all the confusion for all the people that don't really know. It's the loan that royalty felt like she was at least should have got at least half of the money that that was disputed to them. And that was the problem that broke out because we all know when it comes to CJ, he feels like he's the majority of the money he should kept. And but when he got the money,
All right, bro. This entire narrative is beneath me, young. It's like what the whatever. This entire narrative is not worth my time or energy. I mean, not to make light of anything that was going on. I think I heard again on these YouTube streets. I think I heard a little bit of that situation. I don't know, dude. Of course, not personally, not like that as well. I've seen him on these YouTube streets before. I do empathize. I can't speak. Shit. Okay, never mind. Let me close that. I can't speak to his character. I can't speak to his morals. I don't know anything about that, so I'm not gonna say the accusations are true or false. But even just kind of going off of the vibe, Shorty looked like she was up to something. I don't know what are the cases, but nonetheless, that's neither here nor there. Again, I try to speak on things that offer you some type of take-home value, folks. Like, yeah, there's maybe some lessons to be learned in other people's trials and tribulations, but for the most part, I like to speak and look on things that actually I can apply in my day-to-day life. And I don't know, let that be a lesson to think of. The only takeaway message I got from that was just be mindful of who you're talking to. I think the narrative was to be, never talk to a woman with kids, but I wouldn't even go ahead and spew out that narrative. I think the narrative should just be, make sure you're properly vetting the people that you are joining forces with. If you're a man, make sure you're properly screening these women. If you're a woman, make sure you're properly screening these men. If you're a single mom that's on the market, make sure you're properly screening the men that you're bringing around your children. I think that's important. Make sure you guys have some type of code or understanding, at least, on how things are going to work moving forward for y'all relationship, so you don't run into situations like that. I mean, a lot of situations where, like he said, I think they were together for maybe like 10 years. In those situations, you feel like you know somebody until up one morning they just wake up and start acting different based off of money. It sounded like money was an issue there, this, that, on loans and this, that, and the other. I'm not too sure, but I feel like in situations like that, it's either stick to yourself or properly vet the people that you're, and this is, reminder to myself as well too, man. I've been seeing a lot on these YouTube streets as well too. This is going on, man. It's just like humans, bro. Humans are tricky. That's why I like to keep to myself. Humans are tricky. Let's just keep it real, bro. Humans, bro. Let's keep it real, man. Humans ruin everything. That's my theory. Humans are tricky, bro. You really got to be mindful with the people that you're interacting with, bro. Yeah, nobody's perfect. Yeah, everybody, is entitled to this, that, blah, 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 yo. But it's just like you as soon as you want to be comfortable and leave your guard down, people start showing their true colors, and then you just gotta fall back, young. Humans are Humans are tricky, bro. Whether it be money, whether it be envy, jealousy, whatever the case is, whether it be whatever, young. Humans are tricky. You gotta be mindful of that. I saw another story as well too that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Let me toggle over to Twitter real quick. I'm about to hop on. What time is it? 11. I'm gonna get on the Monkey app. I wanted to see if there's anything worth reacting to. I'm on Twitter right now. Twitter's a little bit whatever. Who's the biggest scammer in the world? Says Illuminati bot. Shout out to them. Trump unveils his dramatic plan for transgender women playing in competitive sport. Well. Tesla's robots were just, I'm sorry, what? Tesla's robots were just remotely controlled dummies. Analyst confirms. Do y'all believe in that? Do y'all think these Tesla bots are, I think they're just novelty. I don't think they're, you think these are going to be actually functional robots that can maneuver through the ins and outs? I have a theory on these robots, to be completely honest, and the cars as well, too. I'll probably speak on that later. I have a theory about those Tesla robots. They don't seem practical. Yeah, they're cool. Yeah, they can move and dance and, you know, are they practical? Like, if you were to buy a Tesla robot right now, would you be able to implement it in your home and it's going to learn the entire layout of your home to be productive for you? It's going to know how to climb up the stairs and take the elevator, take the trash out. How? How is it going to know the coordinates of your home? A lot of the things that I'm seeing with these Tesla robots is that they're supposed to be able to be an ally for you in your household and your those, you know, tasks that you don't like doing. How? I think it's all gimmicks, bro. It's distractions. They're not practical. It's not, in my opinion. But I'll get into that another day. I think while it's still legal. I'm about to hop on a monkey joint. That's a little bit, you see, you gotta be mindful, bro. It's risky business, bro. Ice Spice, Clout Monster, young. See, I'm on YouTube right now, so I won't share my screen, but I'm on Twitter right now looking at Ice Spice working out. Clout Monsters, young. Ice Spice celebrates completing her first pull-up. Y'all be, bro, I get the game. I get the finesse now, yo. If you think about it, if you just think about the people that are on the internet and why they are where they are, you see the finesse. You get how it works. You get how this stuff works. Didn't this fool just, T.I. said, I don't kick dudes when they're down. But do y'all get how this internet stuff works? T.I.'s son King Harris was arrested in Georgia on a failure to appear warrant. Didn't he just announce him getting married or pregnant or his girlfriend pregnant, whatever the case is? But do y'all get how this stuff works? These influencers and these celebrities, this, that, and the other. Do you get what it takes to, like, you get what you, like, you see what people, the lengths that people would go to just to be relevant on the internet? I get it now, young. Like, being in it to a degree, right? In terms of just trying to get into the streaming lane, content creation lane, like, and then watching, like, the celebrities, the people with bigger platforms, and, like, I get it. It's really about attention. That's really all it is. It's about attention. What can I do to get eyes on me? Good, bad, ugly. Some people don't have no morals. Some people are legit clout monsters, young. So it's like they'll stoop to the lowest extent just to make sure their name is in the headline. And I say all that because I can't even share it because I got to be mindful of that I'm on YouTube, but I would have shared it if I was only on Rumble or Twitch or whatever. Ice Spice, bro, and all these other people that they're in the headlines with no true, like, essence, substance. You get what they got to do to survive on these streets, right? You get it, right? Nonetheless, hey, I'm about to get on this monkey joint. Twitter's not talking about nothing. Shout out to Drake. I saw Drake. Drake is another one that gets it, young. Drake does things that he knows y'all are gonna roast him for, and whatever. You see, you peep the game. You peep the game, bro. Drake does things. Where's Drake? Drake posted a photo today of him with some, I would say, a young girl's hairstyle, and I like Drake, bro. I'm rooting for him. I am rooting for Drake. But you get how this stuff works? Do y'all get it? You notice it's like, it's not about substance. Nah, they're not, these celebrities, these influencers, they're not fixated on delivering substance. They just want their name in a headline. So what can I do? Who can I beef with? Who can I, you know, say something bad towards? What can I, you know, post or say or do just to make people click? You do know that, right? And you do know, like, there's incentive. Of course, y'all are not stupid. Y'all know there's incentive for all of that, right? It just comes down to morals, people's morals. What are you willing to do? To tell you the truth, bro, me, if you see me on these, shout out to Malek Benobi. If you see me on these internet streets, bro, do know I'm not here to play. Oh, that's me. Do know I'm not here to play. Shout out to the folks over on Twitter if you're watching this, man. Whatever platform you're watching this on is greatly appreciated. Do know, man, if you catch me on these internet streets, bro, I'm not here to play. Yeah, we can laugh and we can joke and I'm not saying everything got to be whatever, but I'm not here to play and stunt and flex on y'all as these other influencers do. I'm not calling no names, but you see the game. I don't know how that's content, bro. But again, everybody has their own idea of what they consider entertaining. I think maybe it's just my age as well, too. Me being just a little bit older, I can peep the gimmicks. And hopefully y'all can peep the gimmicks as well, too. And then be more mindful of who you're choosing to give your time to. Right? Like, if you peep that certain people that you've been watching and eyeing all are gimmicky, what are you watching for? That's just me. Nonetheless, hey, I'm about to get on this Monkey joint, the Monkey app that I just came across. So, of course, I'll break it down one more time for those of you who are not familiar as I pull up my screens. I came across an app called the Monkey app, which I've heard about for some time. I'll share my screen. And it's basically an app that lets you talk to random people anywhere in the world, like FaceTime calls, random FaceTime calls basically from anywhere in the world. You can talk to anybody, and I've seen dudes in Brazil, I've seen dudes in Canada, I've seen whatever the case of all walks in life. All walks of life, yeah. And little kids, literally, like, you know, I see like other streamers get in trouble. I think I just saw another dude get in trouble because he was talking to a minor inappropriately. Yeah, you'll end up probably talking to a minor, but it's the context of your conversation. And I think this app has a negative connotation of like, it's almost like a dating app kind of sort of, but some people, it depends what you want to use it for. So people use it for different things. I'm here to use it for content, just like I've seen other people use it for. There's other streamers and there's other like TikTokers. There's people that usually are on this app, but you never know who's going to pop up on your screen. You never know who you're going to talk to. You never know what part of the world they're on. You don't know what they're going to show when they open up the camera. It's like a split few seconds to actually see what's actually going to pop up in your camera. So it's kind of risky if you're doing it live. But it does make for good content. It does make for good conversation. It does apply to the theme of my channel, which of course is Abstract Assembly, which is that's the whole essence, is me being able to talk to diverse people and understand their POV. Because at the end of the day, man, like, and this is why I said I would have been a psychology major had I finished school. I would have switched my major to psychology, because like, my theory is this: like, if we're all humans on this planet, right? And I'm a hop in after this. If we're all humans on this planet, doesn't it would be to your advantage to kind of know how other people think that are not like you, right? Because yeah, you might be you might have your own personal upbringing, you might have your own views of the world, whatever the case is, but you still gotta coexist with other humans that may or may not be about that life, that may or may not, you know, have the same ideologies as you. So to have some level of an advantage to be able to coexist with these people, it's probably best to know how people think. Understand why people do the things that they do based off of their upbringing, based off of their religious views, based off of their, so that's the whole essence of what I'm trying to build here. Is just like, all right, being that we're all humans, being that we all have to live in this world, as I've said as many times as well too, when it's time for you to go on that plane ride, you're sitting next to strangers. When it's time for you to go to that concert, you're sitting next to strangers. When it's time to you hop on that group Uber or go to work and speak to your coworkers, you're talking to strangers that are not necessarily like you. And you have to learn, especially in the workplace, you got to learn how to coexist with these people. You got to learn how to put your biases aside and be cordial with these people, whether you agree with their lifestyle or not. So I think that's going to help conversations like this, of course, this Monkey app, whatever the case is, helps me to remember, like, all right, cool, there are people that may not see the world how I see it, but if anything, I can learn them. So that way, when I do come across these type of people in my real life, I'll be more equipped to act accordingly. You see what I'm saying? So that's the whole essence of this channel. I'm not necessarily seeing anything else on YouTube that's worth speaking on. A lot of the stuff is just regurgitated, yada, yada. Let me just toggle over one more thing real quick. Let me see something real quick. And then I'll hop in. I'm a little bit worried, of course, as I mentioned. I don't know. I am streaming on YouTube, and if I run into another situation where dudes are deciding to flash their AK-47s, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Random people like doing just random things, even little kids. I don't think I uploaded that one. There was a little kid that asked me what type of gun I had. What? It's like, yo, where your gun? What you mean? But nonetheless, let's get into it. Again, if you're watching this live, it's greatly appreciated. Whatever platform you're choosing to watch this live on, it's greatly appreciated. Whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on Rumble, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitch, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let's get into this monkey joint, man, and hopefully the first one was smooth. I'm not gonna lie, the first one was smooth. Hopefully this one will be smooth as well too. Hopefully, knock on. I don't have wood, but and let's see what happens. Let's see the vibes on this Wednesday evening. Let's just hop in and see what happens. You gotta skip your finger, and that's another cool thing as well too. They can skip you, you can skip them, which is cool. So let's see what's popping within this app, and let's come across some people who may or may not want to talk. Some people who may or may not even like me, bang with me. People that maybe is, you never know what you're gonna get. Let's get into it. Yo, how are you? Get it? Let me fix my camera. Yo, what are you sleeping?
Yeah.
I feel you. Had a long day.
Yes.
What did your day consist of?
Working.
What do you do if you don't mind me asking?
I'm an assistant director for a volleyball club there, California.
Nice, nice. That's what's up.
hmm
I'm assuming that's a young girls group.
It ranges from the ages 9 to 18.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
About 5 years.
Nice. Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
I have a younger niece. She just actually picked up volleyball this year. She's an 8th grader. This is her first year playing
Nice.
volleyball.
Yeah, so I just moved back to the States. I was playing volleyball overseas in Spain,
Nice,
and so I'm back here in America.
nice, nice. What would you say are the differences between Spain and America? Are you happy to be back in America? Do you want to go back to Spain? What is your outlook on the United States of America?
Well, I love being home. I'm not really. I mean, I'm not adventurous, but
Nice.
to a certain extent, like I get homesick a lot. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. I feel you. So America, of course, that's home for you. Same thing. I was born in America. I have, I guess, foreign parents as well too. But sometimes I'm just not as convinced that America is going to be the America that we've maybe grown to love over these years for that much longer.
hmm
I feel like every empire falls at some point. But maybe that's a little bit dark. I don't know.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Maryland. I am currently residing in Atlanta, and I have family that has originated in West Africa, Sierra Leone.
Nice.
Mhm.
Mm.
You can sleep if sleep is what you need to do. You seem tired.
Yeah.
What
Hello.
the? I've been. Hey, how are you? You've been. What? Did she just report me? Yo. How are you?
I'm good.
Is it Halloween already? The whole month. You're celebrating the entire month.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Yo, people are interesting, bruh. What up, my boy?
Hey,
What's going on?
hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. You?
I'm fine, man. Can't complain. Where are you at right now? Where are you at in the world?
Where from?
Ooh, we gotta get some better service for you, my guy. What up, my boy? Oh, what's the static?
That man was joking it.
I don't even want no problems. How did that one reported me? What's good, my boy?
What's up, man? Are you a streamer?
Correct. I'm live streaming right now.
That's fire. Your camera's like mad, like good quality.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Like it look cool.
Appreciate it, man. Are you?
Hey, man, what's your Twitch, man? Nah,
I see you got the setup.
I'm not cut for streaming, man. Setup, man. I just got this mic. I'm on a MacBook right now.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm an up and coming streamer, I guess you could say. I've been doing it for a little bit. I've been on YouTube for a little while, but I just implemented Twitch actually not too long ago, this past week. So I'm on Rumble, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter.
Hey, man, you a fellow black brother, so I gotta show support, man. It's only right.
I appreciate that, my guy. I appreciate
it's
that,
only
man.
right, man.
Greatly appreciate
I'm gonna follow right now.
I appreciate you, my boy. What do you do? What are you into, man? Of course, I want to reciprocate that energy.
Into, I try to do a little bit of music, man. I do little beats and stuff, man.
Nice. How long you been doing that?
Like 3 years. Okay. I'm still kind of like amateur, but I try my best to get better.
I like that. That's the mindset. That's the right mindset. So what type of beats do you usually make? What's your vibe?
I always try to like experiment, but mainly hip hop,
Nice. Okay, cool. So what are you doing? I'm guessing, are you a student? Are you working? Is there a 9 to 5?
I'm in high school right now.
Okay, word. That's what's up.
Yeah, I work at Canes right now. I work at Canes right now.
Nice. Student grinding out. That's what's up. Let me ask you this. So of course, what? We were having a good conversation, bro. Why'd he dip on me? What up, my boy? Why'd that dude dip? I thought we were having a decent conversation.
Nigga.
What? Why'd bro dip on me, bro? I was about to actually try to put him on, not put him on, but I wanted to.
Oh yeah, bro.
Humans, bruh. You see what I'm saying? What up, my boy? Nobody wants to talk. Why is that? What's going on, brother? Are you in prayer, meditation? Nobody. Why are you here? What's the object of the game? Yerp. Risky business, can't do it. What up, my boy? Yes, sir. What's going on, boss?
I'm kicking it, bro.
How are you, man? Not bad. Can't complain. How are you?
I'm blessed, brother. I'm blessed. How you doing?
Likewise. Can't complain, man. Another day.
Let's stay focused, yeah.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, man. That's the name of the game, man. Especially in the times that we're living in right now.
So is that an actual real background or is that green screen?
Oh yeah, natural background. I'm a live streamer.
Okay.
Nice. What about you?
Yeah, I'm blessed, bro. I own a couple of businesses.
Nice.
I take over.
Nice.
Try and stay focused, as you do.
Nice. I think that's the best thing we all could be doing right now. Staying focused, not falling for the distractions that's happening in this world. There's a lot of things that I feel like that are fighting for our attention as well too right now. So staying focused, staying level-headed is definitely the plan.
100%, brother.
Nice.
Where's your live stream at? What's your channel?
So the channel's called Abstract Assembly. I'm on YouTube. Okay. I'm on Rumble. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter.
That's big, man.
Yeah, man.
Abstract Assembly.
Abstract Assembly.
What, did you get a lot of traction? Did you get a lot of attention?
Kinda. So all the channels are fairly still small. I think I have the most traction on YouTube right now.
Mm,
I
mm.
just implemented Twitch as well too. But still slowly but surely, up and coming for sure. I'm trying to work on being a little bit more consistent. Consistency is the name of this game.
Yeah, sure. That's big, bro.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. I like to talk about philosophy, self-improvement, and the culture, man. So I get on this app, this Monkey app. I just got familiar with this app not too long ago. And I
Yeah.
like to talk about to different people, learn different perspectives, just get people's take on the world,
Yeah.
man.
Sure, of course. So it's always good to learn, right?
Exactly.
Get active, you know. I mean, yeah, for me, this app's it's interesting because humans are fascinating,
Exactly.
in general. But again, it's I mean, yeah, realistically, we need to take Mars to bed.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, finish the week strong, my boy. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for chatting with me.
Yeah, blessings, brother, man. All the best, man. All the best. God bless, bro. Yeah,
Likewise, man. You as well. Be safe.
Bless, brother. Thank you, bro.
Cool dude. Yerp. What up, my boy? I'm trying to see if I can get a good one. Let me get a good conversation, man. Nobody wants to talk. Our boys don't want to talk. I think that one girl reported my channel. Why? You see, I'm not about. She reported my. I'll look into that. What up, my boy? Nobody wants to talk. Is it too late? Nah, you can talk to anybody anywhere in the world. So why it shouldn't matter. What up, my boys?
Man, 50 Cent.
What? The other dude called me LeBron James. I've never heard that in my life. That dude just called me 50 Cent. I've never heard that in my life. Hey, ladies, how are you? What is going on?
Atlanta, Georgia.
It's a fucking TikToker.
A TikToker? I'm disrespected. I feel slighted by that statement. I'm not a TikToker. God forbid.
I swear I've seen you on TikTok.
I hope not. I sure hope not. I have no business on TikTok.
What are you on? You look really familiar.
I am a live streamer.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe,
Damn.
maybe not. But nonetheless, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can't complain.
But
look, man, I gotta be able to see you, bro. Like, I can't be talking in darkness. Like, she sounded cool, but it's a little bit beneficial if I can actually see who I'm talking to. Yo, what's going on? Shout out to anybody that's still watching. What up, my boy? Risky business. What time is it in other parts of the world right now? Are people sleeping? It's maybe my fault for starting so late. Hey, how are you? You don't seem convinced that you want to talk to me. Oh, nah. Can't do it. Any place where I see like it's a bathroom, it's risky business. Look at her. If you're in a bathroom or some obscure place. Oh, what up?
What's up, man?
What up, my boy? How are you?
Chilling, bro. Talk to the
Internet connection is lacking, my boy. What's
up,
my boy? Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, bro?
How are y'all?
Now we doing good. How you doing?
Maintaining, bro. Another day. It looks like y'all chilling right now.
Yeah, chilling for real.
I can hear you a little bit, yeah. What's the vibes?
Now I'm high as hell right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Where? Nice little chill Wednesday night.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, man, really.
Them boys is fried right now.
What's good, bro?
What up, my guy? What's going on?
I'm just bored.
I feel you. See, you got the guitar there going, man.
Yeah.
How long you been playing that?
A year.
Nice.
How's
it been treating you so far?
Good.
Nice. Is this something you do, I guess, as a hobby? Is it just leisure? Is this something you actually want to get good at as well, too? Performances and stuff like that?
For the hoes, yeah.
Nice. You said for the hoes?
Yeah.
That's what's up. So are you getting any traction with that right now? How's that been working out for you?
Well, if I could find any, that is, yeah, that's pretty good.
Nice. I feel you. Nah, man. Here's what in my personal experience. This is what I kind of see from my point of view. What are the case? I think women like men that just do anything. I agree. So I think women respect dudes that are doing something with their life. So whether it be a guitar, whether it be, oh man, he likes to paint, he likes to draw, whatever the cases, I feel like women do admire dudes that do things that are outside of the norm.
Yeah. My guitar audience is the Latina bitches. Yeah.
That's what's up. Hey, so you might be onto something, man. If that's the whole intent, like this almost kind of like how they say, man, dudes with dogs as well too. So if you're a dude, you get a nice little puppy. I'm hearing that's a magnet as well too, allegedly.
Oh yeah. The work in progress.
A work in progress, man. A work in progress is better than no progress at all, is what I always say, man.
All right.
Yeah. Word. I'm gonna let you do your thing, my boy. Enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, you too.
All right, later. He said, I'm playing it for the O's. What up, my boy?
What up?
How's your day going?
You got the streamer?
Yeah, man. I'm live streaming right now.
On what?
On pretty much everything except for Kick. I think I'm on Twitch. I think I'm on YouTube. I'm on Rumble. And I'm on Twitter.
So I'm on stream right now?
Yep, you are.
Shit, tell them I said what's up and shit.
I'll keep it real with you. There's maybe 11 people across all platforms. I've maybe got like 11 people live right now, if anything. So it's chill vibes right now. Nothing too crazy.
You doing good, though. Keep that shit up, man.
I appreciate you, man. Maintaining, bro. Maintaining.
Hell yeah.
What's good with you, though? What's your vibe? What's your element? What are you rocking into? What are you interested in?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie, folks. I'm fucked up in life right now.
Oh, tell me about it, man. If you don't mind speaking on it, what's your outlook on life? What's something that's concerning you right now?
Shit, it's mainly school right now. I'm failing school and shit.
Interesting. So let me ask: is it all subjects that are all just trash? Is there any subject that you're maybe leaning more towards too? Is it all of them just no good?
Yeah, all of them. Bro.
I feel you, bro. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Like in school wasn't necessarily my thing either, man. I sucked at math. I sucked at science. I was decent in English. I could do that. I could do like reading, philosophy. I could do stuff like that. But math, science, history, count me out, bro. But the key is to find somebody. I always say this, man. Like what you can't do, find somebody who can, bro. So join forces with the people that I'm not necessarily gonna call them nerds because everybody's not necessarily a nerd. But if you peep somebody in the math class that seems to got the shit down pat, join forces with them. Maybe you can work something out.
Yeah.
I feel you, man. I feel you. So outside of school, are you interested in anything else? Because I know a lot of kids in high school, whatever the case, even a little bit of college, they don't really care for school like that. Is there anything else that has your interest?
Hell yeah. Like after school, I'm thinking about like doing construction and shit.
Nice.
But I'll be playing basketball and shit.
Nice. That's what's up. I actually like that you said construction, bro. I actually like that a lot because I feel like the younger generation, everybody want to be a TikToker. Everybody want to be a YouTuber. Everybody want to be a streamer and this, that, and the other, which is cool. You can like what you like, but we need construction dudes, bro. We need mechanics. We need, people gonna still be buying cars. We need truck drivers. So I like people that are putting their energy into a trade because we still need those things, bro. What happens to a society if nobody wants to do those things? Then what?
Hell yeah. No, but I don't know why everybody want to be a streamer because not everybody gonna make it.
Exactly. Even me right now, bro, there's no guarantee. I do this because I generally like to do it. There's no guarantee. We see the Kai Sanats and, all these other guys with the cases. They're definitely doing their thing. And I'm always shout out those dudes, man. But there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that any of us can pick up a camera right now, get on TikTok, and, our life is going to change. Sometimes all of that shit is for the worst. Sometimes people think that's what they want, and then they get it, and then they find out, oh, nah, this is not what I wanted to do. I ain't account for all of this, right? So I support that, man. I support that. I feel like construction's never going to go out of style. You can go even internationally. You can travel the world and be into construction, man. So start your own construction company as well, too, bro. So I feel like, nah, man. So honestly, if I'm you right now, yeah, maybe school. Are you a senior? What grade are you in?
I'm 11.
11th grade. That's what's up. So you got some time. I'll tell you a story, bro, not to hold you up as well, too. So for me personally, 9th grade, I did all right. 10th grade, I did all right because I played football for a little bit. I think you mentioned you played basketball as well, too. I played JV football in 10th grade. So I was all right, whatever the case is. I flunked 11th grade 12th grade. 12th grade is when I knew, okay, cool, I might be able to go to college, whatever the case. I started getting my grades of this and that and the other. So school wasn't ultimately working for me either. But at the end of the day, bro, there's so much more life that comes after high school. You're going to be all right, my guy. You're going to be all right. Now, I understand, all right, cool, you need grades to go to the next grade. I always say, man, A's, B's, that's best case scenario. All you really need is to make decent grades to go to the next level. As long as they're not keeping you back like, oh, you're about to stay back a grade. All right, that's when it's like, all right, cool, let me, try to figure out this thing out. But if you can still pass with a B, a C, a D. You probably don't want too many D's. You probably won't. I'm speaking from personal experience, bro. Like, I was still getting it done with B's and C's, sprinkle a few D's in there from time to time, and here I am. So you'll be all right, man. Don't stress yourself out too much on high school because there's so much more of your life that's going to come after that. And you'll realize, man, like, did I really need any of this shit? Like, I didn't need any of that. I was stressing over this test. I was stressing over this, whatever the case is. And then here I am. I'm a successful, construction guy with my own business. I didn't really need nothing in high school. What was the point of it,
Yeah.
I feel you, my guy. Hey, man, let me not hold you up, bro. It was appreciated. I like talking to you, man. All the best on your journey, my guy, for sure.
Yeah, I hope you make it with that streaming shit again.
Hey, I appreciate you, my guy. All the best, man. Peace and blessings to you.
Yeah, bless.
All right, man. Later. I like him, man. I like dudes that be supporting the hustle, bro. The one dude said he was going to support me off the straight to being black, and then he skipped on me. I'm going to keep giving game to little homies like that, bro. What up, my guy? And it looked like he actually listened, man, which I'm appreciative of. Asked me if it was a green screen. Damn, bro, ain't no green screen. What up, my boy?
What's good, my brother?
It looks like you're fed up for the day, man. What's got you down right now?
Man, I'm up, man. I'm just, you know what I mean?
I feel
it's
you.
just, you know how this app can be, bro. Sometimes.
I feel you. Yeah. I feel you, bro. I've had some pretty interesting conversations before I got to you, so I completely understand.
Yeah, how many times have you been called monkey so far?
I've been called LeBron. I've been called, what did they call me just now? I've been called LeBron. I've been called 50 Cent thus far. And I'm like, wait, what?
Bro, they love to throw any black person out there, man.
Any black name.
Kevin
name.
Durant.
Right. I was called Diddy one time as well, too. I was like, look, if any name, don't call me Diddy right now. I don't want to be associated with Diddy in any type of form right now.
That's crazy. It looks like you got some kind of, you stream or something?
Yeah. I'm a live streamer, man. I've been kind of doing it for a little while now, trying to, get a little bit more traction. So I came across this app. I figured it was a good way to come across some people, meet some interesting people, and kind of grow from there, man.
It's crazy. Like, I'm thinking of actually starting the same shit. I was just kind of testing it out.
Right.
See how it is to talk to a couple people.
Right.
That's crazy. I just ran into you, man.
Perfect. So that's better. Let me serve as inspiration for you, bro. And to be completely honest, so I saw some streamers, like I saw some other streamers. There's some other streamers that I watch that kind of do it as well too. So that's where I kind of got the idea, maybe some months ago. And I realized that, man, it does make for good content. You come across people, have casual conversations, whatever the concept is. I've seen people come in here to try to get girls. That's one lane. I see some people. I'm on here specifically trying to talk to people. So on my platform, of course, I like to cover a different series of topics. I like philosophy, self-improvement, and the culture. That's the whole theme of my channel. So I'm embarking on this right now to be able to talk to other people. Of course, I think this is a good app to do it, to kind of get diverse perspectives, man. I'm a fan of diverse perspectives. I like seeing how other people think. I like understanding a little bit of other people's views. Like how I view the world might be different from how you view the world. So I'm appreciative of just kind of learning and getting some knowledge on how people kind of their lens of the world, essentially.
The only thing is like breaking that first interaction, that first blockage.
Right.
Like, how you gonna break them down to actually, give you that time or break down that ceiling to be more comfortable enough to actually engage with you.
100%. You'll be surprised, man. So far, I'll say this: a lot of people skip. A lot of people skip. Whether that be they just don't feel like, a lot of people, another YouTuber, another streamer, and they don't want to be involved, so they'll skip for that. Some people, they'll skip because I'm just a black guy. They'll skip for that. But I've had some decent conversations. I think this is my second day So this past weekend, I was kind of playing around with it, like you said as well too. Monday night was my first night. Wednesday night, this is my second night. So off those days, like again, I've seen all of the above: young kids, old kids, strange people, you know, unique people of different backgrounds, all types of people. But I did come across some cool people as well too. You seem like a cool guy as well too, man. I've seen some people who are willing to have that conversation, maybe talk to you for a little bit, what the case is. I feel like as long as it's interesting, I think people are willing to talk, man. So all that to say, I encourage you to hop in, man. Do it. Do it. 100%.
Nah, I'm a hop in now because I see you already doing it. You see, I already bought the mic and everything. I'm just like ready to go out there. I'm just curious, like for you, like what made you like want to do it now? Like you have the opportunity to do it before, but like what pushed you to say like now is when I want to do it?
Honestly, bro, very good question. I think for me personally, so I've been all right. So prior to this, I was just doing regular YouTube videos, just little uploads. I was live streaming as well, but I was just doing reactions. That was my main thing that I've been doing for some time now, for some years now. I think I started this maybe like 3 years ago, and then I started trying to implement other platforms as well too, adding on platforms, and then now I'm jumping into live streaming. Of course, I used to just do like just regular uploads, recorded videos, but now I'm trying to get into live streaming. So it got to a point you might be familiar as well too, just fourth quarter mentality, right? I feel like fourth quarter at the end of the year is when you got to level up. You got to, all right, we've been first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, we were doing one thing. Now it's time to go to the next level. So I just felt like this is the next level. This is the next step. I've been doing the reactions for some time, which has been cool, but I feel like live streaming and hopping on this platform as well too, that's the next level of what I've been doing for some years now.
Okay, that's good. So you just want to get to that next level, see where you can.
It's the next step, because after you gotta implement things. After some time, you don't want your content to get stale or stagnate. I feel like that's another reason as well too. A lot of the stuff was getting to me. I was getting a little bit bored, honestly. So I feel like this is the next element now. Like, all right, let's start getting on stream, talking to people, getting some perspective, and see what happens.
It's a little different from videos, though.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't edit none of this. It is out there.
Bro, that's the scary part, and I say that all the time. Those that know, bro. It's just like pre-recorded videos, cool. There's no audience. You can edit. Oh, let me cut that out. Let me do that. That's perfect. Live streaming, there's maybe a few seconds of latency, but once it's out, it's out.
It's out, man. Well, at least you're black, so you won't get canceled for saying that.
Maybe, who knows? That might be the main reason I get canceled, because I'm a black man. Depending on the topic, you know, of course, I feel like nowadays anybody could get canceled for anything, but it depends, man. There's some things that you just cannot say on here. And also, I think what's a little bit scary about this app as well, too, is that I can control me. I can't control what happens on the other person on the other end doing it live.
Yeah, that's also like another part that I didn't know how to tackle, because sometimes you can be seeing some wild.
And that's the thing, bro. That's true. That's very true. Perfect example. Monday night. Perfect example. So Monday night when I first got on here, I was talking to a dude. He randomly, I think he maybe looked like a teenager, whatever the case is. I don't know what part of the world he was in or whatever. I think maybe Chicago, whatever. And he specifically asked me, he's like, hey, man, he thought it was a podcast. I explained to him, I just gave him the name. He's like, oh, what's the name of the podcast? I told him the name of the platform, I should say. So he asked me, he was like, hey, am I going to be on it right now? I was like, yeah, man, you're on it right now. Honest to God, this man lifts up an AK-47, bro. Live! AK-47, I did not see it the entire time. I had no clue. So he was talking to me, and then he wanted to confirm. He was like, am I going to be on it now? I was like, yeah, man, you're on it now. He lifts up an AK-47. I kid you not. And I can't protect against that, man. And luckily, I wasn't on YouTube that night, because I would say this, of all the platforms, maybe YouTube is the most strictest. YouTube don't want, YouTube, honestly, depending on your subject matter, YouTube is like, I always call YouTube like Disney Channel. YouTube, you got to keep it clean and safe.
Yeah.
So
you can't even curse. You can't even
too much cursing. That's true. Too much profanity. I try to even watch my profanity as well too. Every now and again, I'll let out a shit hair, but none of the major ones. And then just like certain type of content. Of course, no, you can't play music, things of that nature. So there's different rules that you gotta subscribe to. But when it comes to talking to other people, sometimes the second that they pull up on your screen, I've seen dudes with their shirt off. I've seen minors on here, little kids. Like, yo, what are you doing on here? Why aren't you going to school tomorrow? Like, I've seen all types of people. So doing it live is a little bit scary, because I can't prevent that. Like, whatever happens kind of happens, you know?
I think there's like some way you can kind of hide, like maybe like the spot. Correct. And then like whenever you're ready, you just take it off.
100%.
But then at the same time, you never know. 'Cause somebody could just decide to just be wild.
Right. Mid
Just
conversation,
random.
like, you know, which is, and to be completely honest, like, all right, what I typically do, so of course you can hit the skip button, whatever the case is. So I kind of leave my finger hovered on the skip just in case. And once I've talked, like, you seem cool, like, all right, you see, I take my hands off the skip. It's like, all right, he seems cool, but that's like maybe a technique as well too. So like, be able to if you
The
come
other
across
solution is maybe like a stream delay, like a little delay.
exactly.
Maybe like a 5-second delay. If they do something wild, it's just like
right. That's the
just
game
hit the
plan.
panic button.
Panic. Get him out of there. 100%.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
So I encourage
I was-
you. All that to say, man, I encourage you, man. Hop in there. Like, I feel like that's the best way to kind of overcome if there's any type of fear and anxiety. Just hop in, man, and then it'll become second nature.
Yeah. Wait, do you have like an Instagram or something?
Yeah,
man. Follow you, man.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that, bruh. I'll share with you. Hold on 1 second. And of course, once you hop in, I support you on your journey, bro. Honestly, hold on. How can I send that to you? Do you see that message box? Let me see something.
Yeah.
Why isn't it letting me type? No, all right, never mind. It's so if Instagram, if you find, okay, I see the, okay, got you. I see a friend request here. 1 second.
No, that's not gonna work though. That's not gonna work.
Oh,
Just
got you. Yeah, I'm not even sure how. All right, so my Instagram is Don_Thomas_. So DON _
how do you smell?
I wish I could type.
Don Thomas _
Oh, nah. So DON.
Yeah.
And then _
Yeah.
And then Thomas _ THOMAS _
Okay, I got you.
All right, cool. I actually follow you back now, man. And then so if you go to one, you'll get the link for everything. The link in my bio is basically the link to all my platforms. All right, boom. I see you here. Follow you back right now, man. Shano.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're
Yeah,
online stream now.
Yeah, I'm gonna start fresh, like complete.
Nice.
I'm starting like complete fresh, like no nothing. I just bought the mic and everything, so
Nice.
we'll see how it goes.
Nice.
So for like some people have been like scared to even talk to me. That is just like,
Bruh, I'm telling you,
Glad
there's gonna
I'm-
be somebody that's gonna be willing to talk. 100%. Yeah, those are some of the pointers. Again, this is only my second day doing it, but those are some of the things that kind of helped me, and it kind of helps. I've been kind of doing the content thing for a little while as well too. But the best way, bro, is just to jump in. Honestly, jump in. If there's any type of fears of anxiety, you'll gain that confidence. But like, you know what, whatever. But yeah, definitely practice a little bit first.
yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. Just
Right.
practicing,
Let me ask.
spamming it.
What type of content are you trying to get into? Like, what's your subject matter? What's your theme?
So kind of similar, just like trying to have like interesting introspective conversations and see pick people's brains and see, you know, because I have a lot of perspective just throughout my whole life. I've seen so many things that's, you know, that I've gone through.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can kind of mesh that out too.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about it, man. Hold on. Hey, we're here. Hold on. Because I like that. Because I agree with that as well, too. I have a lot of perspective. I've been through some things in my life as well, too. I feel like I always like to say, man, people are the way they are based off the things that they've been through. Their experiences, their upbringing, you know, things that maybe, you know, betrayals and love and breakups and whatever the cases. So people's outlook on the world are basically a compilation of the things that they've been through. So, like, what are some things, if you don't mind sharing, like, what are some things that you've been through in your life that have kind of solidified your character now? Like, nah, man, I've been through this, so from here on out, I'm moving like this now. Or, like, just what's your overall essence on, what's your philosophy on just humans, our culture? What do you make of this world? Are we doomed as a society? And I'll share my thoughts as well, too.
Are we doomed as a society? Well, do you want me to talk about my life first or my perspective on the world?
All right, give me your life first, and then that's gonna maybe help me understand why you view the world the way you view it.
Okay. Well, first, I was born in Kenya.
Nice.
So I was born and raised. I moved over to America in 2012.
Okay.
So it's right between my life periods. So I've lived like half my life in Africa, half of my life in America.
Nice.
So, like, coming from Kenya, it's like a completely different world.
Right.
compared to America. Like the first things you notice is just first the school is different. Instead of you going to the teachers come to you. They whoop the kids at the school. That's one thing. That's one thing I did notice on this side is how people carry themselves. Because when I was in Kenya, we had to wear uniforms, for example, right? At first, I hated the fact that I had to wear uniforms. But then when I came here, since we didn't wear uniforms, people are always judging each other, trying to compete against each other to see who is the best, whatever. And like one of the other bigger differences is like discipline. Like over there, like if you talk crazy, you're getting your ass whooped.
100%. 100%.
Getting your ass whooped. Now the thing is, people are a lot more. The kids are a lot more respectful. But it also comes with a caveat where it can get like abusive to where like the teachers kind of have like an ego trip where like let's say they had like a bad night at home and they just come to school and just whip all the schools for no reason. But then there's also the other side where when I was in school here is like there's so much leniency to where like the teachers have like no authority at all. Have you seen like the videos of where like of the teachers are complaining about the kids recently?
Bruh, I've seen some things. So I'll say a couple things. Even got to backtrack. So funnily enough, I was born here. My family's from Sierra Leone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when you said
you're
Kenya,
also-
yeah. So I was, so I have an older sister. She was born there. I think she experienced school out there. I think we moved to America when she was 8. So she experienced school out there. So I've heard the stories. I can resonate with that essentially. I was born
really?
here. I was born in America. So I kind of know that culture, but I'm familiar with the teachers having the authority to beat the kids. I'm familiar with all of that. I've heard the stories 100%. But I have seen that. To answer your question, I have seen here, I've seen a situation where a dude, I think it was a middle schooler, this big middle school, I think it was in 8th grade maybe, 8th or 9th grade maybe. He beats up the teacher. He knocks her out unconscious because she took away his Game Boy or something like that. Saw about that. There was a white lady as well too. Big black kid. Like he looked like he could play football. Beat up the
that's
teacher, whatever the
crazy.
case is, knocked her out unconscious, yada, yada, yada. I've seen students slap teachers. I'll be honest, I've seen situations where teachers maybe like you kind of like how you said with ego tripping this, that, and the other. Like I've seen some teachers talk a little bit crazy and maybe did not expect that the student was gonna defend themselves in a certain manner.
He was going to defend himself and actually hit them in the face.
But yeah, I have seen like things like that, and I would definitely say that there is a different way of going about things in terms of academics in just foreign countries and then here in America, 100% for sure.
Yeah, I feel like they can learn from each other.
100%.
I don't think we should take away. Do you believe we should be like super disciplined or like on the other side a little bit more lenient or what do you see?
In my personal opinion, when it comes to school, right? When it comes to education, I think there should be a balance of both. I think there has to be, you got to let kids fall and bump their head from time to time, in my personal opinion. Even my personal life, I always tell the story as well too. In my personal life, man, honestly, the first 25 years of my life, I played, bro. Play. Of course, belt as well too. I got Astros as well too. Again, African parents. So I'm grateful that I had the experience I had the opportunity to kind of, my parents weren't too strict. My dad was the enforcer, of course, but I had the ability to fall and bump my head a couple of times. And then even with the guidance of God as well too, he, I guess that came with maturity as well too. I was able to now apply myself, start relearning things, whatever the case is, which ultimately I'm still leaning on those experiences from those early years that have helped me to be the man that I am now. So to answer your question, like I do think, yeah, like if you're too rigid, you're probably going to stifle the creativity of some of these kids. I feel like I've seen parents sometimes as well, of course you're well aware too, where African parents, all foreign parents, doctor, lawyer, scientist, they don't want to hear about sports. They don't want to hear about, the arts and crafts. No. I feel like those type of parents are a little bit scary as well too, because who knows? if you're being too rigid on the life expectancy of what you want your child to go through, then how do you know you didn't just stifle their creativity or their perspective on life or what they potentially could have been because you were so rigid on how you wanted their life to go? But at the same time, the parents that don't whip their kids, the parents that, oh yeah, he's 10, he could change his gender, or he's 8, yeah, she's free to do, can eat whatever she wants to eat for dinner. That's too lenient.
Yeah,
that's too lenient, right?
That's too far. Now the kids are running you. Like, you're supposed to be a guide, but if the kid is guiding him, what is he looking at? You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's a lot of situations where, and you always hear like this, the children are raising children, so the parents are getting younger and younger, I feel like. And then I feel like the kids, like you're saying as well too, freedom of speech, and you're free to be your own person. So the kids are coming up now like, shut up, mom, and no, mom, I'm not doing this, mom. Like, whoa. Again, coming from West African culture, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. Yeah. That's not happening. Back talk, this, that, the other, failing, doing bad, getting bad grades in school. That's not happening. So of course, So all that to say, I feel like there's a fine line that should be met in terms of a little bit of discipline, but a little bit of free will as well too, to let kids kind of learn and bump their head a little bit as well too. And I think that's the best way to learn, honestly.
And it's crazy because like none of the sides ever. The problem with like one thing I've noticed about like humans, us in general, is like we always go so far like apart in every like single decision or direction. Like when if we just met each other like somewhere in the middle, like literally like 99 of our problems will be solved. Right? we would have like world peace.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. I agree with you, bro. It's so funny that you say that because, and again, which is the whole essence of this channel as well too. Like, we should get to the point, ideally, best case scenario, we should get to the point where I should still be able to respect you based on your views, whether we agree religiously, politically, whatever the case is, whether you're a rich man or poor man. I should be able to respect you off the straight that you're another human being just like me that's trying to figure out this thing. We're all trying to figure out this life experience. Some people might feel like they already got the answer, whatever the case is, but I shouldn't think less of you or look down on you because you disagree with how I view the world or my, choice of lifestyle, whatever the case is. I think, like you said, to your point, I think that's where we mess up. I think it baffles me sometimes at things that are sometimes you see these online debates. You have one side on the internet like, oh, yeah, this is how it should be. And then you have another side of the internet that's completely on the extreme. And then there's some situations where it's like, how is this a debate? There's something like, why are we even debating on this? Like, so, and again, I think it comes back, it's based off of like upbringing, but there's a lot of things that I'm confused on the internet where it's just like, why is this even a debate? How are we all not on the same page that this is right and this is wrong, Which I think is interesting. I think there's a lot of situations where, like you said, the disparity in, belief sometimes is too wide. Whereas it's like, come on, guys, we should all be on the same page, at least on this factor that right is right, wrong is wrong. How are we, disputing this,
Like, how are we fighting back for? Which, speaking of, like, discipline and everything, now, I did notice, did you see that video of that, like, ballet teacher who was, watching, like, the 5-year-old kids, and she was trying to pick a song, and the kids were like, these children, 5-year-old children, were like, put on some Pound Town.
Oh no! I think I did see that. Did I see that? Was it like a birthday party? I saw something like that, where it was the kids actually. I saw a video where they were dancing to it already. So there's like a little. I don't even think they were 5. They were like maybe.
No, it wasn't like the video of the kids. It was a video of the teacher. Okay. Like she came forward. If you haven't, it's fine.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think I've seen that one.
So it was a teacher. Like she came forward, right, and she was like, she was crying because the kids of this generation are so crazy. They're, misguided all over the place, which I expected, which is fine as American, right? But what threw me off is like, it's like the kids were like asking for like Pound Town. How that messed me up is because my cousin, who is around 8 years old or something like that, was like dancing like Sexy Red and all this crazy music. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, out of everybody, like, how are this certain like archetype being pushed towards like black. I don't know, man. Like towards black people, you just feel like every other person they don't get pushed that to the front. Like they push their best to the front. But the people that I don't know if we're the ones that are choosing these people to go up the front, or is somebody placing them there to try to kind of influence us.
Right. I think
You
it's
see what I
that.
mean?
I think it's that. To be completely honest, it's so interesting that you said this, man, because I actually did a video not too long ago. I was talking about the effect of hip hop on the black community. I was asking a question, posing a question that is hip hop and I guess hip hop culture bad for the black community? And my honest opinion is that it is. I think there's elements of our hip hop culture, of course, that we've grown to love and that we appreciate, of course, this, that, and I get that. Of course, it would be hypocritical of me to say that I don't like elements of the hip hop culture. But in the grand scheme of things, on a grander scale, is it helping us more or hurting us more? And for the example that you just said just now as well, too, I think it's hurting us more, specifically in the younger generation. Because, again, the younger generation doesn't have that much level of discernment to be able to understand that, okay, maybe I can listen to this song, but I still know right from wrong. It's the younger kids that are going to listen to the song and see the Sexy Reds and all these other artists and listen to their lyrics word for word, try to be like them, try to dress like them, try to look like them. Those are going to be the kids that I feel like that are the most impressionable and are not going to necessarily listen to their parents when their parents tell them, no. Because, do I listen to my mom who's, annoying and nagging, or do I listen to Sexy Red, whose song I love, whose lyrics I've been, I feel like from a child standpoint, those are the ones that are more susceptible to the leading us astray, whatever the case is. And to even answer your question as well, too, I do think it's about design, bro. I don't think it's us at all. I think these corporations, they know what they're doing. These corporations, these record labels that are signing these people, these, marketing and all these, platforms that are giving these people a platform, these Spotify and all Apple Music, whatever the case is, they know what they're doing. Yeah, the music is somewhat catchy sometimes. Yeah, it's a catchy song, it's a catchy hook, this, that, and the other. But like you said, why are these specific archetypes the ones that we're seeing constantly on our mainstream? They're at the forefront, where there's some other dope, talented artists out there as well, too, who have even cleaner messages, cleaner, positive lyrics, whatever the case. I'm not saying everything got to be kumbaya.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be kumbaya and shit.
It don't got to be kumbaya, bro, but it don't got to be booty hole pink, whatever, bro. It don't got to be that either,
Like F my baby daddy and all this, like.
It don't got to be that, bro. It don't got to be that. But ironically enough, of course, and I'm not afraid to call names, the NBA Young Boys and the Sexy Reds and like all this drill music, and I call them shoot 'em up, kill music. That's the music that's at the forefront. That's the music that the younger generation's pulling more towards and it's setting us back as a culture. Specifically in our black community as well too. So I think it is by design. I think these labels know exactly what they're doing. I think they know exactly what they're doing. They know these kids are probably gonna crash out anyway. Let's give them little bit of money. Let's amplify their lifestyle, because of course when people that maybe are not financially trained or come from a certain background, or the case we've never even had that type of money or type of platform before, what do you think they're gonna do? You give them millions, you give them, all their vices.
They're not gonna care. They're not gonna care.
You give them all their vices at their fingertips. What do you expect? What do you expect? So I get that, bro. I get that. I think, the culture right now, how I'm kind of looking at it, I think it is counterproductive. And I feel like when you do speak on those things and you say that, oh, he's boring, he's a coon, oh, he's, he wants kumbaya music. Nah, I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying that.
My feeling is like, it's like, whenever it's like, I almost feel, because this has been like on my mind heavy, bro. Like I almost feel like it's like the opposition or whoever is opposed on the other side created that, oh, you're cringe or this. Because anytime you speak real shit, people try to shut it down. Oh, you're cringe, or you're Uncle Tom, or you're this. You feel me? Like I see if talking about like normal issues that are going within our communities is a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can talk about you being I'm a slave and all this. I can bring down myself, you know what I mean? I can talk about shooting guns, I can talk about killing people, I can talk about drugs.
No problem.
I can talk about doing coke. I can talk about my booty hole being brown. But if I say, hey guys, maybe this isn't the right message to be pushing to our future generation. Maybe we should take a step back at that. Maybe, we shouldn't have like kids, adults, whatever, do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
Maybe kids shouldn't have access to this kind of music. Maybe we should censor. You tell me, after all this time of the internet growing to where it is, we cannot devise an algorithm or a way for us to censor stuff from children.
Here's the thing, and it's so interesting that you say that, because I think about this all the time as well too. And I actually wanted to, when you said, oh, maybe there's the opposition, I wanted to ask you something as well too about that. If there's a spiritual element in there, I don't know, whatever case is. I think there's an entity or a force that is part of that opposition. I think there's a human opposition, like you're saying. So it's like, anybody that speaks for any type of...
I think it's both the same.
Yeah.
I think
right. I agree. All in the same. So I feel like there's a spiritual entity and a human entity, all in the same. That is acting as an opposition. That is trying to silence the people that are trying to like, nah, man, let's sprinkle a little bit more positivity into the lyrics. Let's whatever the case is. And even to your point in terms of just like regulation. So here's the thing, right? Like there is, a part of me does believe in freedom of speech, right? Okay, freedom of speech. I do feel like if it's constructive and it's not used in malice or a way to bring other people down, I do think that people should have the right to voice their opinions, say how they feel respectfully. Of course, if it's not harming other people, if it's not a danger to themselves, if it's not, I'm not using my speech to tell people to go riot in the street, I think, So I do believe in freedom of speech. However, I do think there should be a better way to kind of regulate what people are seeing on their timeline. I was even thinking about this the other day. It's so funny that you say that, man. It's just like, all right, perfect example. I was scrolling on Twitter maybe a few days ago, whatever the case is, and I kid you not, bro, there was a clip, I don't know what country that it was, where the case is, where a dude had an axe. It looks like there was some type of altercation. It was one man versus another man, and there was a bunch of other people behind him. A dude picked up an axe and swung at the dude's neck, and I kid you not, bro. And it's just like,
well, I think I saw it on Twitter, actually.
Okay, yeah. So I saw that on Twitter. It was on the For You page on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I was sliding up and I just slid up. I was like,
So I'm like, why is that? So like, and I thought that was maybe I've seen people get shot point blank range. I'm like, when did there's gotta be, what if I don't want to see this on my timeline? So I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, maybe what if there's like an algorithm or some type of code where I can like, all right, I can maybe choose like, okay, yeah, I do know, sometimes it's not even like that. You can maybe do, all right, it's based on the people that you follow. But nowadays, all these algorithms, you don't even got to be following these pages. They can show up on your timeline. So I feel like, man, what if like even I'm talking like before you even upload your account. So let's say I'm starting up for Twitter day one. I'm creating a Twitter account. I should be able to go in, first follow the people that I know, okay, cool, whatever the case is, and then be able to elect, hey, I don't want to see any people get killed. You should be able to toggle off the things that you just don't want to. You don't want to see the content creators that do it. You don't want to see the pages that do it. I don't want to be able to scroll my timeline and be able to see people getting their head decapitated with an axe, bro. When do we get to that? So to your point, I feel like there needs to be some type of regulation. There has to be some, along with the music and the other things as well too, but I remember a day when you didn't really, it's like you had to fight. I remember there used to be, there was one website, I remember I used to watch it a lot. I used to go there, me and my friends in middle school. It was a site where, I forgot the name of the website, but it was a site that you had to go see specifically things like that. To see like, if you wanted to see like, oh, a dude in a car accident or what the case is. It was a site that you went to, I forgot the name of it, but you went there specifically to see things like that. Nowadays, all that comes to you. All of that comes to you, whether you want to see it or not. It's on your timeline, whether you have this, that, depending on who you follow, even if you don't follow people. Those things come to you now. And I feel like there has to be a better way to kind of regulate all of that, to be 100% honest. 100%.
There definitely has to be. But for sure, definitely for the youth as well. Like, I don't know if people just understand like how bad it is. How old are you right now?
I just turned 35 this year, believe it or not.
Okay. Well, you're still well. My point is like you are still in that generation, and I'm probably the last generation that knows how the world was before the internet.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It was a completely different world before Instagram. Before, it was a completely different world. And maybe, because again, that even kind of goes to like advancement, technological advances. Does that mean that we shouldn't advance? Like I just feel like the world before the internet was a lot better before where we are today, basically, essentially. I think anybody would agree with that.
I mean, I think it's a double-edged sword.
Right.
The internet is just like AI and just like any advancement. It can be the most powerful tool if we all came together and used it as the powerful tool that is, in the sense of like, I feel like the internet freed us. You know,
Gift and a curse.
because before the internet, we only had one narrative, and it was fed to us, curated by whoever the powers that be.
Exactly, right.
You best believe nothing on that vision was just meant for, the common folk.
Right.
It was only for the people that are projecting that message or that vision, television.
Right, yeah. Television, yeah, literally.
Yeah.
All programmed, all with propaganda and messages specifically how they wanted to see. So it was one form of information that we all had
It was
to either.
one form of information. There's no nothing. There's no this. It was kind of messed up in a way of, the government can really push a propaganda, and they will get away with it 100% because nobody's gonna try to, negate that or go against it. But so the advantage to that is you have some kind of unifying thing. But the thing is, now it's more open. We're more free to gather our own information. You can't lie about anything anymore because evidence is everywhere.
Right,
exactly. There's literally eyes.
Right.
Exactly. I'm sure Tim Cook is listening to me right now.
100%. They're all listening. Elon, Gates, all of them. And it's so funny because, man, honestly, man, I'm anti.
Jeff Bezos owns you right now.
100%. And here's my thing, man. Like, I'm one of those dudes where I do want to be able to, again, like, back to like freedom of speech. Like, I want to be able to voice my opinions against those dudes freely. Of course, never to say anything degrading with the case, but I have my thoughts on all of them. On Gates, on Elon. Hey, I'm on streaming on Twitter right now as well too. So even Elon, I feel like he blocks people and restricts things. This down there, him and his Tesla, all this other stuff. So it's just like I am mindful because there's the powers that be that you said. There are people that, of course, hey, I don't want no problems because when you start talking too spicy, people end up sick. All of a sudden you're sick. All of a sudden people are pulling up things from 1917.
Yeah.
Oh, look at it.
All of a sudden, because they have all your shit.
Yeah, all of it. I said this to myself the other day. Like, it's safe to assume all of us right now have like a profile behind the scenes in the cloud somewhere. It's like they have all your shit. They know where you live. They know what's in your bank account. They know all your views. They know everything.
They know all your dirt.
They know everything. They know
all
everything.
of a sudden it's a random leak.
Right, yeah. There was a hacker, a foreign hacker. Right.
What hacker, bro?
Right.
What hacker, bro?
Right.
Nobody's passing through that freaking encryption, but you hacked it. You released the details.
100%. So there's a lot of things that I see. Like I'm mindful of what I say, but at the same time, I do like kind of speaking my truth, man. And sometimes I do believe that there's agendas that are greater than us common folks. That there's a clear division. Like they live in a certain world, the world that we live in, and the world that they live in, two completely different worlds. So I'm just trying to find a way, just like. And I know they're listening, so hey guys, can we just find a way that we can coexist? Don't forget, like I feel like they shit on us so much. I feel like they don't have any regard for us normal folks, and they live in a world completely to themselves. I'm just trying to find a middle ground where the disparity doesn't get too big.
I think that happens especially because the internet was either supposed to, back to what I was kind of getting into, is like the internet was supposed to kind of almost bring us all apart. Because for the first time in forever in human history, we're able to communicate to as many people as possible in an instant, bro.
Right.
Like a bomb could happen in Japan right now, and everybody knows in like less than a day. Like like everybody knows about it. Like you can't fake anything. Like for example, a great example was like the recent shooting, whatever, the Trump shooting, whatever. It happened instantly. Everybody saw it
100%.
instantly. So you can't really fake narratives anymore or try to like push a certain agenda onto people. But the problem now lies on where like there's so many voices that it's hard to like pinpoint to like what's the right voice to follow.
What's true, what's not. A lot of fake news, a lot of, even kind of spoke on the AI as well too, all the deep fake videos and all the things that are out there, the capabilities right now, it's going to get very hard. And to be completely honest, that's kind of part of the reason why I started live streaming as well too, because there's way to fake photos. When you just think of content in general, there's way to fake people's voices, there's way to fake people's photos, this, that, and the other. So I feel like live streaming is going to be a way to kind of like almost self-verify yourself, like, hey, I am indeed a human. This is not a video. I can move in real time, answer things in real time. That's almost, I think if people don't have a way to like live stream and
I mean, are you sure about that?
Think about it, bro. All right, okay, think about it. The technology.
Are you sure I can't clone you right now and make
Right, well, yeah. For now, I should say. Right? But think about it. Let's say the technology that's out right now that I've been seeing, bro, in terms of video. Because nowadays, all right, okay, now you would think, all right, I could take a photo right now, upload it, and people should, for the most part, believe that that was indeed me that took the photo where the case is cool. Now there's ways, and Photoshop was one thing, but this new advancement of like AI, whatever the case is, I saw something just the other day where it was a woman, I think it was a new advancement in AI, Photoshop, or whatever it was, where the lady, she like overlaid a photo of like a beach sunset on top of her just walking some random place. And she did it so seamlessly, bro. It's just like you would be convinced that this lady was walking on, and she like implemented the photo so perfectly. Whereas you would be convinced, oh yeah, she took a trip, she's on the beach or other cases, and that was not the case. So I feel like with that capability right there, all right, now we're gonna start having lack of trust in photos. Then you can say, okay, cool, well, I'll just upload a video then. Let me upload a video. Nah, because they got videos right now. There's, I forgot what it was. I forgot the name of there's the name of the software. There's so many, but you can type in a script. Oh, generate me a video of a cat walking down the street, you know, in a party hat. Give it a few seconds, it'll generate that for you. Yeah, it's kind of in the early stages now. It's in the early stages, so you're able to kind of decipher, but what's that going to look like in the next 5 years? What's that going to look like? Hey, upload me a video. I've seen some even photos, even this whole like P. Diddy situation. There was a video that I saw with Meek Mill and P. Diddy, and they started making out, and it looked so real. I was like, oh shit, it looks so real, bro. They took it from a photo, and they were able to turn the photo into a video.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it, to be honest.
Right, like, well, what's this augmented? Right. Hey, I don't know, right? You know what I'm saying? But so I'm seeing like, so we can find ways to manipulate, you know, photos. We can find ways to manipulate videos, but maybe can we find ways to manipulate live streams? Like, you know, I think there's a way, at least us.
I think that's gonna be way too advanced.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe, I'm sure
but it's not too far.
It's not too far. It's not too far, my boy. It's not.
And that's the. You know, it's already bad now with like misinformation or misdirection, which I feel like that's part of the plan as well. Is you know, because I'm thinking if I'm like the most, let's say I want to take over the world, right? Like I want to take over the world. What's the best way for me to take over this group of people? The best way is to just misdirect. Like go to this person, tell them to talk shit about this other person.
Right.
Go to this person, tell them to talk shit about this other person. While I do all this crazy shit in the background, grab everything, while y'all are still arguing over there, debating on the internet about, you know, hey, you were wearing a MAGA hat. You were wearing a blue hat.
Right. Let them focus on that. We'll distract them with that. And that's gonna, you know, pull the attention from me over here doing this other corrupt shit, you know, that's, you know, kind of whatever the case is. I think there's a lot of that. I think there's a lot of that in our culture. There's these little gimmicks and things of that nature where all the media and all the influencers, everybody will be focused on that. And they're not really focused on the real things that are gonna, you know, slowly but surely unfold in our world. And then people will ask themselves, oh, well, how did we get here? How come nobody saw this coming? You didn't see it coming because you were focused on all the other bullshit that's irrelevant. Has nothing.
Like most people don't even know who their mayor is or who's their senator.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Oh, vote for the president.
To be completely honest, even when it comes to politics, bro, I'm not the biggest fan of politics in general either, because all of it is just like, I always call it like WWE wrestling. I feel like there's a lot of it's like reality TV to me. Whether it's Trump, whether it's Kamala, whatever the case is, I'm always fascinated by people who are emotionally invested into politics, because it's just like, I see no difference between politics, all the things, all these, you know, debates that happen. Oh, Kamala debated Trump and this, that, vice president. That's no different than reality TV to me, bro. It's no different. It's no different than wrestling to me, bro. Like, all this scripted, like, it's all like entertainment.
It's
to me.
crazy because you are 100% right. It is like reality TV, but the thing is, it's not supposed to be that way.
Right.
It's
not.
really not. It's really not. It's, you know, this is supposed to be like one of the places we should take the most seriously. And that's the crazy thing, is like nobody can take shit seriously anymore, bro. Like people are just like memeing everything, bro. Like it's like bro.
Everything
you know
is
what
a joke. Everything is a meme. Even the serious situations, like, yo, that's pretty serious. We should calm down a little. Nope. People find a way to make a joke of some serious shit. That's another. Yeah, that really upsets me about America as well too. We play too much in this country, man. Everything is entertainment. Everything is jokes. Everything is memes. It's like there should be some time where it's just like, all right, guys, let's hold off on the jokes. Make sure everything is straight in this realm. Make sure we're good here. But no, people still find time to play and joke with the case. And again, maybe that's by design. Maybe there's the adversaries, like you say, like, oh, let's drop something to, you know, ruffle their feathers a little bit, get the internet in an uproar, and then we can, you know, focus on other things as well too.
Like people are so focused on, you know, this and that, and why don't we focus on the fact that we've spent like billions of dollars trying to kill homelessness and still nothing's happened, and it's only gotten worse in the last couple of years.
100%.
And nobody's talking about it.
100%.
Like, where's all that money going?
Exactly. That's one of my main gripes, to be completely honest. Homelessness. I feel like homelessness, bro, is something that we could have solved a long time ago. If we really wanted to, bro, homelessness does not have to be a thing. There's enough money and resources out here in the world, man, and infrastructure, if we really wanted to. Homelessness does not have to be a thing, bruh. But I feel like when you start kind of find solutions with the kids, because I feel like everything is a business. Illness is a business. You know, even all these doctors and prescriptions, what the case is. They come up with the problem and they come up with the cure, and it's $1 billion industry, if not trillion. So it's just like, yeah, they don't want to give us the cure for cancer because it's a business. They don't want to, you know, have, you know, yeah, you might be like, okay, you know, what's the advantage of having people on the street? But even just to allocate the resources that it would take to, you know, build these systems, build these infrastructure. Yeah, some people are not mentally stable to be able to live on their own and things of that nature, but there's no reason why anybody should have to feel hungry in the United States of America. The amount of food that we waste and dump and this, that, it's like...
Well, we dump billions of food.
And yet there's people that are starving. It just don't make no sense to me. So I feel like if we really wanted to, we could build infrastructure that we would need.
Oh, you know what's the saddest thing I saw on like Walmart, or, you know, shout out to Walmart. Don't ban me, please. Don't ban me, please. But like, you know, a lot of these big stores, after they close the store, you know, some of the merchandise, you know, they have to get rid of because it's not as fresh anymore. It still may be safe to eat, but it's not as fresh anymore. So a lot of the times they just throw it in the trash, in the bin.
Right.
And the crazy part is now they have like fences on that, so you can't actually access it. So like you got homeless, you got somebody over there dying hungry, and you got fences
protecting the trash that could
protecting the trash that
you're
gonna
consider
throw
trash
away.
because again, it wouldn't even be considered trash if it's still edible, like you said, still usable. Yeah, fences to prevent people from having food to eat. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, bro? That's not a society I want to be a part of, man. That's a society that if we don't find the solutions, if greed continues to overtake us, bro, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have to answer for things, whether in this life or the next. There's going to have to be a lot of people. Somebody's going to have to answer for why they built a fence. They thought it was a good idea to build a fence around food that can still be eaten, you know, from people, you know, to kind of block out people that are home. Somebody's going to have to answer for that. And maybe in the afterlife, maybe if there's Judgment Day, which I believe in personally, somebody's going to have to answer like, yo, or what's the other thing I'm seeing where people, I forgot there's a name for it, but it's like when people purposely like put like deterrents from so for example, there'll be a bench somewhere in a park, but they'll put spikes on the bench or something like that, so people can't sleep on the bench or whatever the case is.
I can't sit there.
So you don't want to come up with solutions to help people, find homes and places to live, and you don't want them to sleep on the street. So you're unwilling to divvy up the resources. You're willing to use resources to implement fences and spikes on benches, but you're not willing to take those same resources to build infrastructure and build a system that can make sure that people are not even homeless to begin with. It's backwards as hell, bro. It's backwards. It's backwards.
It is, and it's crazy. And every year you'll see it. Like some governors will be out there. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna," like for example, California. They spend like billions of dollars. Billions with a B on homelessness. Yeah. On homelessness every year.
And I hear it's getting worse.
Every couple of years they're like, this is the new $20 billion budget for homelessness. And have you seen California?
It's a war zone. They're complaining about it all the time. I'm hearing, and even other places.
My question is, where is this money going to? And why isn't everybody over there that's voting for these people not pissed, like angry, yelling? And I think part of the problem is that division of, oh, I'm just going to support this side because this is the side that all the other people are supporting. Yeah. And you're on the other side because you have a red hat and you have a blue hat, when we should be focusing on the main issue that is this homelessness. And you're spending billions of dollars. And obviously the people that are in power right now, they are not doing anything
of the sort, bro, which is, I think, is interesting, man. I look at it like this, like, honestly, right now, whether it's a blue hat, whether it's a red hat, we're all gonna have to put on one hat. There's one solid hat that we should put on as a civilization to see to it that this society doesn't go into decay, because I feel like that's where we're heading within. Honestly, to be honest, from my POV, I think within the next 5 to 10 years, if we don't get our act together as a society, as a collective unit, there isn't gonna be a society. We'll have a society, but it's not going to be a society that you're going to want to be a part of. I feel like there's going to be all these luxuries that we have and all this. I feel like all of that's going to come to an end if we don't get our act together and figure out a way that we can solve some of these problems.
Yeah, come together and unify and reunify together.
Right.
But the good news is like a lot of this legacy media and stuff like that, it's kind of dying out. You know what I mean?
It's on its way out, 100%.
Most people don't really watch cable like that anymore.
I do not have cable. I have internet. All you need is internet. Get you a few apps under the cases. That's it. But
like, I don't watch cable at all because to me it was so bad just watching. Like, I go to this station, I'm like, man, fuck this side, man. All this side. I hate this side. I hate this side. And then you go to this side, I'm like, man, you can't go for them, man. They're terrible, man. Forget them.
Right.
And once you start really looking into these companies and who owns these companies, a lot of them are interlinked. Yeah. You will actually come to a point where pretty much they're on the same side. It's all the same side.
Allyship. They're allies behind the scenes. I say that all the time, bro. A lot of these, even in terms of other countries as well, too. These UN meetings, this country's Right. I think behind closed doors, all these dudes are shaking hands. They're cordial with each other. Everybody's going about their business. No, because if you think about it, nobody really wants war. Nobody really wants to bomb people, this, that, and the other. I don't think there's any disagreement that's too large.
Oh, well, there's some people that want war.
Yeah, well, yeah. I feel like, I feel like.
Oh, no. The people making the guns.
Oh, yeah, okay, right. The people that's making the tanks, right. The people of course. Because, again, everything is a business. I feel like there's profit to be made in catastrophe, I feel like. Catastrophe is a profitable business, 100%.
It is. So, think about it. No wars, no tanks.
Yeah,
no military budget.
That's true. Even look at the hurricane that just passed not too long ago, whatever it was. It was a Category 5, and then the day of it dropped down to a Category 1. People rushing out and getting groceries and this, that, and the other. I mean, yeah, I feel like you still, never take the chance, always be prepared. But in itself, people rushed out to get gas. People rushed out to get groceries. People traveled, got hotels and this, that, and the other. So people made money through tragedy. People made money during tragedy, 100%. But
that's the number one thing is like, as as human beings, I think our biggest fault um is we always go for, like, what was I going on? Man, I had a really hard ass.
Nah.
I had a really,
Nah, you're
really good
good.
point. I really had a good one.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
I mean, we're always gonna,
Nah, you're good. You're good.
yeah, we're always gonna go for like our best. I wish there was a better word. I know that I had another word, but forget it.
Yeah.
But we always go for the best opportunity to, like, get the most out of something.
Yeah.
We always play for ourselves. Now, for example, let's say you are a politician, right? Let's say you're a politician, right? I have a question. This is a question for you. What if I say, let's say you are a broke ass politician, right? And you're just trying to campaign like a regular schmegular person. You know, you're crowdfunded. You don't have all this $1 billion, coming at your beck and call. And, all of a sudden, like, this big company, this big conglomerate is like, hey, yo, man, tell them public transportation, terrible. We don't want that. Oil and gas, perfect. You know what I mean? People don't want public transportation. Let them know that. And if you do, we'll give you like $100 million.
Yeah. I think situations like that, bro. And
if you implement what we tell you, we'll give you $500 million or maybe $1 billion because we're a big oil company and we can do whatever the fuck we have so much money.
Yeah. I think situations like that, bro, honestly, man, that's where integrity comes in. That's where, and I always say, man, this is like, even for myself, like outside, just kind of thinking whatever the case is, like, it's better to use your own money the second that you accept, whether it's a music contract, whether it's a deal, when you join forces with these entities, man, and they flash those numbers around you, and of course, those numbers are going to be pretty enticing. You'll see those numbers and be like, okay, cool. You're looking at your bank account, and then you're looking at the amount that they're proposing to you. It's like, okay. But I feel like situations like that, man, to keep your soul intact, to keep your integrity intact, man, if it doesn't align with my own personal philosophies, I ain't doing it. I'd rather sleep good at night knowing that, man, I stay true to the things that easier said than done. I know a lot of people, man, when your kids need this, that, and the other, and your wife's threatening to leave you, this, that, and the other, whatever the case is. Yeah, you might.
Oh, and they're going to sell you.
Oh yeah, they'll get you because again, they got all our information. They know our strengths. They know our weaknesses. They've been monitoring us the entire time.
Think long term, bro.
Yeah.
Your whole family is gonna be set. Your kids' are gonna be set.
Exactly.
You're gonna be a legend. We're gonna blast you everywhere. You're gonna be on top of everything. You're gonna get every opportunity you want.
I think about situations like that, and that's why I like to do things myself, man, in terms of even just like self-funding. Because again, like I'd rather have a clear conscience at the end of the day and know that, all right, cool, I was able to turn down. And I've heard, you hear stories like that from time to time. Like you'll hear artists say like, oh yeah, they were getting ready to sign me for a couple of $1 million worth of cases, but when I actually read the contract, it was damn near slavery. Or like they owned me, every element of my life was this, that, blah, 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 blah. It's just too much power. I think the name of the game is leverage, bro. So the most amount of leverage that you can maintain for yourself is going to allow you to at least be able to like, all right, cool, kind of call the shots a little bit. Because, yeah, we're kind of playing their game. We're on their platforms, right? We're using their infrastructure, whatever the case. We don't own any of this. I don't own YouTube. I don't own Twitter, none of that. So it's like, yeah, we got to kind of play within the confines of their rules, kind of, sort of. But when it comes to my morals and integrity or flashing, a dollar sign, I feel like everybody has a number. They would say, oh, everybody has a number. But honestly, I think it's about souls, and not to sound whatever, but like I'd rather make sure where I end up after this, when the money's gone, or when they can even give you that money, freeze your account. They can give you that money and shelve you all these artists. Okay, so yeah, I signed a deal, but now they don't want to promote my music. I can't drop any music with the cases. So yeah, they might give you the money, and that money might make your account. But we see it's possible for them to freeze those funds. We see it's possible for them to ban you on these platforms. So many people, streamers, other streamers that I watch as well too, they were on a platform, they got booted from that platform, had to start all over. Maybe they did sign for a deal, or what are the cases? So it's just like, you got to be mindful of those things. I think about this for myself as well too. Like, man, When you sign your name next to that X, or you sign your name on a dotted line, as they say with the case, and you
And you're
accept
gonna
that
be
money.
stuck on that.
Yeah, that money touched down to your account. It's like, all right, we own you now, and I don't want anybody to be able to say they own me, bro. I don't care what it is, man. Like, I want to be able to always walk away from anything with, with my integrity if anything's still intact. That's how I see it. But
No,
it's
but
not
that's
easy.
yeah, it's not easy said than done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of people will take that $1 billion.
A lot of people, like I said, man, a lot of people, when they look at their current circumstances, they see the things that, okay, money.
$100 million.
$100 million is life-changing money. That's generational wealth. That's a lot of money to change the whole trajectory of your entire family.
And the thing
life.
is, you know what I mean? The crazy thing is, you are not going to be affected by the problems that you're going to cause. You're gonna sacrifice the souls of millions of people to just
instant
be
gratification.
selfish for yourself.
That goes back to what you were saying about the whole Sexy Red thing as well too. Like, I mean, I feel like everybody's gonna have to answer for the things that they did in this life. That's what I believe as well too. So yeah, she signed her name on a dotted line. She makes the music that she
And
makes.
that's selling your soul to me. That's
100%. I think selling your soul is doing things that you know is not good. Like, on a normal day you wouldn't have agreed to do it, but I think anytime you go against your morals and your integrity, that's selling your soul. If you know, like, again, perfect example in that analogy that you gave, like, man, these people are paying me for an agenda that I don't even believe, or want me to push something that I myself don't even believe, and I said yes, and I took the money, you sold your soul. So it's just like, or you are purposely and consciously using your platform for evil. You sold your soul because you know you shouldn't be doing that anyway. Sexy Red, she knows she's making music that little girls, it's counterproductive. I think she knows that in herself, but she does it anyway. And she's not the only one. There's other artists that do it as well too. So it's like, if you know, like, hey man, yeah, I got fame, I got riches, I got wealth, but my platform was counterproductive and it did maybe send a whole generation in the opposite direction that was probably detrimental. You're gonna have to answer for that. You're gonna have to be able to sleep at night with that. And you're gonna have to answer for that in the long term. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a main problem. What do you think? Like, for let's say Black people right now, what would you say is like the biggest hurdle that we have to get through? Like, what's the main issue?
Interesting. In the Black community, what do you think is the biggest issue? That's a very good question, bro. Honestly,
Like, what's holding us back the most?
Honestly, bro, it's a couple things. One thing that jumps out to me right now in our culture, we idolize things that are not cool. Our culture right now, I don't know, and I don't know if this is by design, bro, but in our culture right now, one of the biggest hurdles, one is that we eat our own, like, how they say, oh, eat the rich, whatever the case. I feel like it's too much internal. We're not as unified as I would like us to be. That's one. I feel like there's a lot of things, you always hear black on black crime, and I feel like crime is crime in general, whatever the cases, but we have a culture that isn't as unified as I would hope it could be. And again, we run the culture. Let's just keep it real. Like, black folks, we determine what's cool. We determine what's in. We determine, a lot of things, but we don't necessarily own any infrastructure. We don't own Spotify.
Yeah.
We don't own a YouTube. We don't own, even BET. I heard BET is not even black owned anymore. Whatever the case, I think I just heard that. I think that's the case now. So
I mean, I get Spotify, but to me, like basketball, football.
Yeah. We don't own it. We're the breadwinners
Bro.
of it, but we don't own it. We don't own it, bro.
Why don't crazy? Why don't black people, since we're literally the majority of the people that end up in the NBA and the Super Bowl and all these different sports, start their own league of sports? Like, why is that not a thing? Like, that's kind of crazy.
You would think, right? Same thing with the music labels as well too. Like, these labels, I mean, there's black-owned labels, of course, but this is like the big names. But it'll never be, because the powers that be and these entities that have been here for years, they're not gonna let that happen. And then also, even going back to the unification as well too, there's some people, like you said, it's like, nah, I'm good here, bro. Like, nah, I like my deal. I like my contract. So then, yeah, we should maybe, whatever the case is, make our own league or whatever the case is. But I kind of like my contract that the man gave me. You know,
That a man gave me for $300 million and my $200 million.
Perfect example, Colin Kaepernick. Like, yeah, bro, I support you, Kaepernick, but coming to the NFL has always been my dream, bro. So I can't necessarily bow my knee with you right now, bro. Yeah, I support the cause. I probably can't even publicly say that I support the cause as well, too. I can't take the knee with you. I can't come out and say, oh, I support Colin Kaepernick.
Bro,
because the check is good, bro. The bag is good right now. So we're not unified enough. And I feel like the infrastructure, the system's too big for us to be able to pull together that type of power.
It's greed. It's greed. What's the number one thing that can surpass greed? Like, what can be? Yeah, that's what I was. Yes, that's what I was trying to get at.
Word.
What can we do? Like, what's something that will surpass greed? Because it seems like that's the biggest thing that's holding us back the most. Like,
I agree.
For some reason, black people, a lot of people view money as more valuable than the integrity.
100%. 100%.
I don't know if it's a lack of.
Well, they say. I was saying so. Greed actually, you know, depending on what you believe, whatever the case is, greed is actually one of the 7 deadly sins, man. Greed, anger, lust, rage, gluttony, whatever the case is. Greed is definitely. I feel like greed is universal. Greed is at the forefront. I feel like greed is in corporations and individuals. I think greed is definitely at the forefront of. I just think human error is greed and the idolizing of like money and things of that nature. 100%. I don't know. I think ego kind of coincides with that as well too. But ego is another one that people just have heightened, hyper realizations of themselves that they feel like are better than other people. Whatever the case is, I think that's another element as well too.
Oh my God! I just realized, bro. I just had like the craziest epiphany.
Nice,
bro. All of the 7 deadly sins are literally all the narratives are being pushed towards us right now.
Facts.
Look at the music.
Facts.
Look at the food.
Facts. Gluttony. Yeah. What's all of them? Gluttony, lust, greed, wrath. I forget the rest of them.
Wrath.
Yeah. Vanity. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Vanity.
Yeah.
For sure.
All of them.
All of them. That's like the biggest things that are getting pushed towards us right now.
Now let me ask you this, and this goes back to what we're saying as well too. Spiritual warfare, bro. Who do you think is the conductor of all those? Because we would easily call all of those.
Yeah, I like that.
Literally, bro. Like, who do you think is who's the orchestrator, bro? Like, who's the orchestrator of all of those 7 deadly sins, bro? On a spiritual level, like, who do you think is really conducting that, bro? Why do you think humans are falling susceptible to all of that, bro? It's because, like, I feel like it's spiritual warfare. Above anything, this is my own personal belief. Above anything, bro, it's spiritual warfare, bro. Yeah. I believe in a demonic entity. I believe in demonic entities. I believe in angelic beings. I believe in demonic beings. I feel like the devil, is the overseer of all of these major industries. The sports, the entertainment, the world, essentially, for sure. For sure.
It is. Especially, did you see the Olympics?
Oh, don't get me started. Look how they opened up the Olympics, my boy. This is for the world, so we can't even say it's an American thing. Look of all the things. Look, the thing that gets me is like of all the things that they could do to open up the Olympics that's watched by people around the world, and that's what they chose.
They just chose to spit in every single single Christian's mouth.
Even halftime Super Bowl performances, demonic imagery.
Not even just Christian. That's also Muslim too, because Muslims also believe in Jesus too. 100%. So it's like it was a spit on religion.
100%.
And you know, nothing has ever because I started off very religious. By the way, I started off in a very Christian school.
Same.
But over time, I started to read more and stuff like that, and watch a bunch of videos, and I started becoming more atheist, agnostic.
Got it. Okay.
But lately, nothing has pushed me more further into faith and belief in something I truly believe that, you know, having faith and believe in something higher than yourself, it's an innate human nature that it's imperative. I mean, imperative to our survival. Like, I'm not even I'm not even kidding you, because think about it. A man who isn't just thinking about himself and believes in something higher than himself, that's how can that person do us wrong?
Humility. I think that's the first sign of humility, man. People that
Yeah.
are able to view themselves and that's my whole thing as well too. Viewing yourself inferior to something. Same thing, bro. Same thing. Like my whole upbringing was Christian Methodist. From birth all the way to like 10th, 11th grade, bro. I was in a church every Sunday. No hesitation, no problem, no confusion. I was in the church. And like you said as well too, got a little bit older, started educating myself, started questioning a lot of things, and try to see, if I still believed those beliefs from my childhood and things that my parents taught me, this and the other. And a lot of the things did not stick in my adult years. It's like, nah, I don't agree with that, or that doesn't make sense to me, whatever the case is. But I always believed, I'll say this, I definitely always believed in a higher power. I just don't believe in organized religion. I don't believe, and to be completely honest, like, I'm not knowledgeable enough to say that any religion is necessarily right or wrong. Hey, maybe the Muslims might be onto something. Maybe the Christians might be onto something. Maybe the Buddhists, you might be onto something. I don't know. Maybe. But all I do know for a fact, at least in my brain, bro, in my brain, how I kind of see it, there is an ultimate being that I'm inferior to. Something out there in the world is calling the shots, and I'm choosing to give my allegiance to that thing, that force. That's all I know.
Now, here's the crazy thing is, maybe, let's say in a hypothetical situation, right? Because I was the same exact way. Like I was super, super religious. Then I kind of went like towards the complete other side. You know what I mean? But now I'm back because, that, and also just that watching that show alone kind of, because whenever something is being pushed towards me, I almost resist it.
100%. Same.
I'm like the complete opposite now.
Same.
You know what I mean? So, what if in a hypothetical situation, because when I went to completely this side before, I was like, none of that shit's real. No.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just doesn't scientifically
don't add up.
Doesn't add up, right? What if it wasn't real and people did somewhat make it up or whatever? Those words have to come from somewhere. Where did they get the inspiration to write all these stories and all of them match up together? Where are they getting these ideas from? You, without you knowing anything about, like, completely knowing everything, do you know the Bible completely? Have you completely read it or anything like that?
Oh, me personally?
Yeah.
Oh no, I have not. I have not read the Bible in its entirety. I know certain scriptures, whatever the case is, but yeah, I know
Or
very
even Buddhism or even any religion.
Right.
A lot of them still have the same values. We were just talking about the 7 deadly sins. You notice how, like, throughout the whole conversation, we were able to pull out those sins and acknowledge them through the lenses of our observation. What if the same people that were having those observations were creating these stories to put it in a book in a way that people can understand, and it's how you perceive that message is how we all able to connect spiritually. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I see. So, so you're saying, like, the origins of religion, depending on whether it's Christianity, Buddhism, I guess any other belief. I think, like, they all have a commonality that is open to interpretation, but still have some type of underlying consistency, I guess you could say, that people can subscribe to, essentially. But all right, but do you think, so are you saying, like, for the fact that we can't confirm what the origins, like, because you were saying that as well too, sometimes I think that as well too, like, let's say if it all was BS, right? Like, and the Bible goes back as far as how many years, centuries, whatever the case is. Like, to be able to compile the stories, like the starting point to be able to open it. Let's say I'm the first person. Okay, for example, the Bible is written by Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all these other people come together with this, that, the other. And it dates back to how many years? To be able to have the opening idea to like, all right, bet, let me start writing down. Like, I just don't know. Like, again, sometimes I do question. Like, sometimes I admire the people. I should say I admire the people that take the Bible at face value. When it's just like, how do you really know the origins of this book? And some people are willing to put their life on the book. Some people are willing to die behind the Bible. And it's just like, nah, bruh, I don't know if I can go that hard for this book because, again, like, I just came and it was here. Like, I don't know. Like, so y'all tell me that it was compiled from, people from and it was passed down for generations. I'm like,
see, that's where, like, I believe, like, during that time that, during the past, we needed a way to explain things that were happening in the world. And over time, certain people, elders or whatever groups, created a manuscript of how we're supposed to follow these guidelines to help ourselves live a better life. Now, maybe some of them weren't really the best. Like maybe throwing stones at somebody. I don't know what it is with throwing stones, man. They just love throwing stones back then. I don't get it. Maybe some of them weren't the best, but if you really I really challenge you. I'm telling you this because I was the same one. I'm like, I ain't reading that boring ass book, whatever. But if you really sit down and read some of the scriptures without you trying to indoctrinate yourself or whatever, just read it as a piece of something you could look at it as any other book you would look at and you would want to learn from or take a message from it. So I mean, I think the point wasn't if the stories were real.
Exactly. Yep.
I think the point is what you can take
from
What's
the moral of the story? Yeah, exactly. What's the moral of the story? What do I take away? And honestly, that's how I kind of treat it now. I always tell people, man, it's like I don't read the Bible, but I refer to the Bible. It's like I won't shun. It's not like I don't read it. As a matter of fact, I even got the Bible app. I think on my phone right now as well too. And verses. I think even my mom sends me verses almost like every day. Yeah. So it's just like I'll never shun the Bible. I won't shun the Quran. Like if anybody says, "Oh, read this" or refer to this, like I'll read it. I'll take because, like you said as well too, I can at least, if anything. Even if every single story in there is made up with the cases, there's something I can take away from it because these stories, if anything, have underlying, I guess, themes of morality and how to go about other certain things with the case. And again, it's all subjective, but I do believe, if anything, even if you don't take the Bible at face value, there are valuable things that you can take in there that can help people establish some type of philosophy or some type of moral code that they can live by, and at least have some type of fear. I feel like just people don't fear consequence, bro. If anything. The Bible instills some type of fear of consequence. Like, according to this book, if I kill, my soul's gonna go somewhere with the case, so maybe I shouldn't kill. So it's like, if anything, but if we had no type of guide or no type of fear of our consequence, then yeah, if you take out the Bible and nobody, there was no 10 commandments, then what? If there were no.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the sin of sloth. Like humans, we're lazy.
Yeah.
We don't want to grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our natural state is we are sinners. Like we don't want to be held accountable.
Yeah, accountability.
Obviously, the hardest part, the hard choice would be to have moral standing. The hard choice is not being, it's not having morality or religion. I feel like people are afraid of religion because they want to. Almost they don't want to be held accountable for their own actions or their sinning or whatever. They don't want to. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The Bible holds a mirror up to people. I feel like religion or any type of, or some people just want when they hear the word.
Not even the Bible and not even the Bible. It's just it kind of holds you to a standard that some people are just afraid that they can't attain. but at the same time, we all just have to remember that at the end of the day, like, nobody's perfect. It's never too late. Oh my God, I'm actually getting closer to. I'm actually becoming more religious the more time. Look, if you had talked to me, if you had talked to me like this, you see how when I speak about these things, it's almost like the scriptures. I know. You don't even have to tell me. I know that the scripture somewhere with these words that I'm saying right now.
Yeah, that align. Yeah.
That align. So, who gave me that idea? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why do I feel like they align? Like, why do I just automatically? It's almost like there's some kind of script that has been almost implanted within us.
Some would say that's consciousness, bro. And that, you know how they say your gut feeling. I think honestly, I think we all have a gut feeling of what's right and wrong, bro. That we don't need any type of book for. We don't need any type of,
That's spiritual consciousness.
Exactly. Now, some people, again, like how you see in the cartoons, the little angel, the little devil on the side. Some people it's like I think that comes with being a human. I think when you were birthed, you came with a little angel, you came with a little devil. Some people just choose to listen to the little, and some people choose to listen to some people, without any book or any type of whatever, some people just choose to listen to the angel that sits on their shoulder for the rest of their life. And then they'll maybe, amplified by taking up a religion that aligns with what that, maybe angel's saying, but, to some degree. But like you said as well, too, like, yeah, man, I think there's some type of spiritual consciousness that people just kind of know right from wrong. And maybe the Bible is just a way to uphold those beliefs, or maybe some people don't want to fully subscribe to anything, so they feel that they can have the full extent of free will, I guess, essentially as well, too. So it's like, nah, I'm not going to take up any of that. I'm just going to live my life the best way I see fit and worry about the consequences later, if anything.
Because to be honest, if you weren't afraid of doing anything that's outside of the bounds of morality, then you would not care. You would still follow.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Any little bit of hesitancy that people have, that's guilt. That's a consciousness telling you, maybe I shouldn't go do this robbery. Whatever the case is, for sure.
But that's what leads up to those powers that be, or those evil people that
the orchestrators.
The orchestrators.
The
orchestrators have gone so far on the other side
100%.
that they can't even fathom having some kind of integrity or cojones. They're just too far gone.
They're all the way in, and I think that's my whole essence right now as well too. I'm just trying to close the gap a little bit. Like, hey guys, y'all have been, hear all this, child trafficking and pedophilia, this, that, the other. Like, can we at least keep the kids out of it, man? Like, y'all can corrupt the adults, because I think adults should be able to think for themselves. But all this tampering with children and try to misguide the youth, like, come on, bro, y'all have no morals.
Yeah, just leave the kids out of it, man.
Leave the kids out of it, bro. Leave the kid, because again, the kids are the most impressionable. The kids are the ones that are going to be the most vulnerable, most susceptible to any type of deception. So leave the kids out of it, man. Give them a chance to grow, develop themselves, and make their own decisions when they're of age. I feel like in all facets of life, when it comes to picking their gender, when it comes to all this extra shit, leave the kids alone. Let them grow, let them develop, and then once they view the world based on how they view the world, give them the right to kind of make their own decisions for themselves. But powers that be have different agendas that we're just ants to them. We're workers. We're ants. We're human labor. That's it. That's how they see us as. So
Yeah, but you kind of see, like, man, I need to write a book about this. I feel like there's some connection that, like, there's a gap that I'm missing here, but there's some kind of connection here that I'm almost like right there to about to get it in there, but it's just not opening up completely quite yet. Everything's just not aligning correctly. But I believe there is a way for us to, like, connect everybody together in a way that respects other people.
100%.
And us still be able to move forward without disrespecting each other.
Right.
But one thing is for sure is if the If the powers that be
Right.
thinks that religion is a bad thing, then I'm gonna think the complete opposite.
Yeah. The name of the game is just to do the opposite of what these higher entities. If they tell you one thing, do the opposite. Mainstream media, like you said, legacy media, all of that. Like, if you notice that they are trying to bunker down on a specific topic or a specific ideology, it's probably safe to assume that you should be doing the opposite in most situations. Because again, they're not worried about the little guys. They're worried about the profit and the greater goal. If there's a goal of world domination, whether there's, I think there's a, depopulation agenda as well too. That's a whole nother topic. But I feel like there's certain agendas that they're sticking to. They don't care about the casualties because some of them embrace the ideology of, there's casualties in war. So it's just like people will die. I feel like some people think that change can only come from killing off certain type of things, killing off certain type of ways of life so new things can grow. So I feel like, yeah, there's maybe agendas out there that don't care. And maybe they can even if you are somebody that believes in religion, they can find ways to kind of make you doubt. Like, do you really believe that? They'll start implementing a little bit of doubt in your mind, where it's just like, do you really believe that? This, that, and the other, blah blah blah. You start doubting yourself. You start doubting your own beliefs. And then to your point as well too, the money comes in. Like, you don't believe that? Here, take this, sign this deal, and then the cycle continues.
Yeah, but it's hard, man, because the crazy thing is, like, especially with like artists, right? They would start off. I feel like artists have like a certain trajectory, right? The best of an artist is when they're first they start off a little shit, but then the best is when they're on that come up.
Yeah, the come up, bruh. The come up.
That's all the greatest art. Think of all the artists, all of them were at their best at their come ups.
The come up.
They go up, they go up, they go up, and then they meet a certain point where they get.
A conversation is held. All right.
Hey man, it looks like you're going up, man. Looks like you're on a good trajectory.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I'll pull you up.
Right.
Why don't I get on your back and pull you?
Right. Exactly.
And let's see how far we can go. But really, when they got on you, they're really pulling you down. But it looks like you're going up.
Of course, exactly.
It looks like you're going up, but really, you're still going this way, but you're going this way.
Right. It's no longer upward trajectory. I feel like, you're still making moves. You're still, quote unquote, doing your thing, but you're doing a thing in a direction that you weren't originally on until they joined past with you. And again, I think about things like that as well too a lot sometimes, man. It's just like you said, the come up is the best part. But once you become established in the industry, an industry that's ran by some of the biggest puppeteers, like we were saying, you're playing their game. You're no longer playing your game anymore. You're playing their game. So
you're no longer representing us. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You are now a big conglomerate. They're gonna slap $100 million on you. Yeah. Don't talk about this. Right. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about this.
Right.
Just smile. Be a clown.
Right. Exactly.
You do your little streams, whatever.
Right. Exactly. Take the money.
Take your money.
There's a lot of streamers that I kind of see like.
Is there a war going on over there? Nah, don't talk
about
that.
Yeah. Don't use
just
your platform. Yeah, don't use your platform. All the kids watch you. You have fans that will do anything you tell them to do, but don't feed them any type of knowledge. Don't feed them wisdom. Nah. Keep filling them the low vibrational bullshit that you do. We'll keep giving you the money. We'll continue to be in charge. That's the name
You'll
of the game.
You'll be rich.
Yeah.
Your family's gonna be rich. Everybody's gonna be rich. You're gonna be happy.
Right.
Why
the
stress?
Object of the game, bro, man. The object of the game for me personally, stay as independent as possible in all facets. Like, I'm not. As soon as you start, phone calls start coming in, emails start coming in, money starts getting put in front of you. That's when you should pray the hardest. That's when he's like, oh, it's not.
The thing is, it gets to a point where, like, sometimes you get so big, that you can no longer, like, just stay.
Yeah, I feel it.
No, because. Think about it. They're not just going to allow you to. It's either you either you take our money or we discredit you or we kill you.
Yeah. Nah, you're absolutely right, bro. You're absolutely right because they don't like anybody that's anti the agenda. It's either get with them or get out the way, So yeah, to your point, I agree. Like, man, you can only get but so big without trying to, be a part of. One person that I do kind of admire a little bit, he seems to be doing this thing, is Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is one of the people, whether you agree with his ideologies or not, he's definitely anti-mainstream. He doesn't even like hanging out with celebrities like that. Like, he has a few celebrity friends, of course, but he doesn't like getting invited to the shows. I think I've seen some stories where you say, like, people want to link up with him, like the Drakes of the world and this, that, and the other, but he kind of turns them down. He doesn't care to be invited to places, this, that, and the other. So he's somewhat independent. He doesn't seem fully absorbed into the, whatever the case is, which he's one of the very few. But there's certain people like, nah, when you start becoming a household name, nah, bro, you'll start getting those phone calls. You'll start getting those opportunities. The dollar signs start getting a lot bigger. So it's just like, hey, bro, it's probably in your best interest. They'll try to convince you that you run with them. Or else, yeah, like I said, you start magically getting sick. You start magically pulling up all your deepest, darkest everything from 1975.
All of a sudden, you're crazy.
Yeah, all of a sudden, yeah, exactly.
You need to be put on meds.
Exactly.
You can't see your family anymore because we're gonna drug you so hard.
All of a sudden, when you start going against the agenda, yeah.
All of a sudden, your teeth doctor is injecting you with drugs to get you super addicted to it, completely messing up with your mind. And everybody's clearly seeing it, and nobody's saying anything about it. You know what I mean? Even though you're one of the greatest.
Yeah, I mean, nah, but you hit it on the nail, bro. Like, yeah, all of a sudden now you're addicted to something that specifically comes from the dentist. Whatever the case is, now maybe your dentist is compromised. Oh, they got the dentist now because and again, that's a perfect example. Kanye, that's definitely a person that is all for freedom of speech, all for, kind of do things on your own, saying what's on your mind, to stand the other. So he's not somebody that's going to always be willing to align with a certain agenda. So I'm sure he's ran into those situations. I mean, it's happening now, like you said, where it's just like, yeah, bro, it's just like, all right, cool. You don't want to fall under our rule. You don't want to subscribe to the things that we're telling you to do. Now we're going to build a narrative that you're crazy, you're bipolar, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 which I guess he is, essentially. But like you said, it's just a way to kind of discredit everything, your legacy, the things that you might be saying that could be actually true. To be complete, I'm a huge fan of Kanye, to be honest. And I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of things that he says that if you break it down, he might be onto something. But no, they've labeled him, the idiot, the fool, the court jester. So if you're a person that supports the court jester, then the people start looking at you crazy, like, oh, you still support that fool? Can't you see he's crazy? And then you start questioning it. But maybe at one point you probably agree, like, nah, I agree with what he's saying. Like, I think he's actually spot on in certain things. Of course, maybe not everything, but certain things, like, yeah. But
the Empress clothes.
Yeah, but you never want to be the person that's joining sides with the clown, with the court jester, because then that makes people think that you're somebody that they can't trust their judgment, whatever the case is. But yeah, man, it's a lot of these things. But I'm glad there's awareness, though. There's a lot of these things, and even conversations like this, man. Like, people kind of. How many people? So allegedly, there's 22 people watching across all platforms right now, by the way, as well, too. So.
Oh, man, I didn't even know. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. No.
Nah, 100%. But I like that, bro. Again, you see, it was just a normal conversation. Honest to God, like, I try to not pay attention to. I try very hard not to look at things like that, bro. Honestly, like, it's a normal conversation. Because I kind of like that there's not that many people. Had there been thousands of people, there's like, whatever the case is. But it was an organic conversation. I'm not saying anything or doing anything for the cameras or for the views. Nah, this is organic. Everything I'm saying to you now, I genuinely feel it. I would have said the same thing off camera as well too.
Yeah, this is a really good home.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, this is cool. And honestly, the reason why I kind of wanted to engage you in conversations as well too, so you can feel comfortable, bro. Because like when you said that this is what you want to do, I'm practicing with you.
yeah, that's why I'm asking like questions as I go.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's kind of cool because I can really go deep. I can really go deep.
I can tell. You have perspective.
Everything.
And that's the thing. I'm just a fan of perspective. Me and you could have sat here and I could have disagreed with everything that you said, but I still would have respected you at the end of the day, And that's what I think we need to get to. I feel like some people, they'll come in a conversation with somebody. As soon as somebody says something that they disagree with, they discredit them. Oh, this guy's a fool, this, that, the other. Nah, we just have different point of views, whatever. But he's also a human. I'm still going to respect him. He's another black man. Whatever the case is. So I don't have to agree with everything. You don't have to agree with everything I say as well, too.
Of course. I don't think anybody can agree. Because everybody is different.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single person is different.
100%.
Nobody. if everybody agreed with everybody's everything, if everybody had the same freaking brain, imagine we wouldn't be real.
Yeah. It'll be
we'll
be robots. We'll be
like we'll be freaking robots.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't have any individuality or creativity. We wouldn't be human. What makes us human is the fact that we are different and we can think for ourselves and we have free will. So if everybody knows this as fact, as this is the truth, right? Like nobody can disagree with that. Then why can't they in the same instant believe that, you know, this guy may have a different opinion, but that doesn't make him any different.
Any different. Exactly. I think that's what we need to kind of get to in America specifically, just in our world in general. But like, hey man, I don't have to call you out your name. I don't have to want to kill you. People are willing to kill people with different views than them, bro. Different ways of life. I'm not about to do all that. Like, I'm not about to lose my sleep over how people live their life, bro. So it's just like, that's the point where I think it starts to get a little bit scary, where people are willing to remove people, because of the way they look, the way they talk, their upbringing, their social class. Like, I'm not about to do all that, bro. If I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you. I'm not about to wish death on you. I'm not about to, I'm not about to do all of that, bro. But there's people out there in the world that are willing to, because I'm a black man, or because, I believe this or not that. Yeah, so it's like, oh, he's a problem, he's a threat, let's get him out of there. Let's remove him from his platform, this, that, and the other. I don't like things like that, bro. I think everybody does have the right to kind of live, again, if it's not hurting anybody, if it's not, detrimental to any other people. Yeah, man, you have the right to live your life how you want to live it, by the best of your own terms. I just don't like when people force their way of life on other people and feel like everything should be accepted. I don't really, there's certain things that's just real, the whole.
I mean, I'll be honest. Same with even though I have some things that I like about Tate, but there's also other things that I don't quite like about Tate. Like, for example, he talks about like being an avid supporter of going against the Matrix and all this, going against guys being taken advantage of, when bro, you had like a webcam business.
His whole come up,
like your whole come up was literally taking advantage of men, like bro, like you're not any different, bro. You feel me? But I can see the advantages in some of the stuff that he does say, but then there's some stuff I just cannot quite agree with. Same with Kanye West, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some things I'm just like, bro, you say you want to be a pastor, or you want to be, you want to be Christ-like, and you're talking about making a porn website.
He lost me there, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And again, like, I'm a Kanye fan, bro. I'm a Kanye fan for some time now, for some years, but he lost me there, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's a lot of things like I always want to defend Kanye on, and then there's some things that he just makes it hard to defend him a lot. So I'm like,
See, that's the thing, though. Like, I think we've been almost mind washed into thinking that we're supposed to 100% devotedly think one person should be this perfect being, and the perfect person is the one that's gonna save us all, or is the one that deserves the most glory. But in reality, nobody is.
Exactly. I agree 100%, man. There's no savior. There's nobody that's coming to. There's no human that's coming to save you. And I feel like, there should be people that, you hear their views. There's going to be things that you agree with. Just because I like a certain person and I agree with them on certain views doesn't mean I have to agree with them on every single view. I can still be a fan of somebody and disagree with them. I always say this as well, too, being able to separate the art from the artist, right? So we can like Kanye West, the music that he does, everything that he does, with fashion, the shoes, or whatever the case is, but separating him from the artist, the art is the art form, the things that he puts out, himself as the artist. There's some things I don't necessarily agree with. Same thing with Tate as well, too. Tate, I think the only thing there's the things that I like about Tate, I do like that he preaches a message of, like, I like there's things that, what I take away from Tate is that he doesn't want men to be losers. Like, he kind of like, come on, man, stop being a loser. Like, get up, do something with yourself. I like stuff like that. I don't like, he's a little bit too materialistic for me. Like, we don't all need a Bugatti. We don't all need the I mean, that's his brand. Because again, I get it from a marketing standpoint, from a branding standpoint. but he makes it seem like you are inferior if you don't have the materialistic things, this, that, whatever the case is. And I don't really subscribe to that portion. And then I think I don't necessarily know his political views as well too, but he is kind of anti-establishment as well too. I kind of like that, where it's just like, yeah, free yourself from the matrix, free yourself from all the propaganda and the things that are trying to distract us with the cases. I like messages like that. So for me, the reason I like Tate, because yeah, he says how he feels. I like that. I like people. So does Kanye. I like people that are. I like people that don't. I like people that go against the grain, but with merit. Like, don't go against the grain just to go against the grain. Like, I like people that can go against something, but you can see why they believe why they believe. I like things like that for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, like the only people that I kind of away from me to, because for the longest it was like, so how do we decide like who are the people I would somewhat trust a little bit more than the rest?
Yeah.
For me, is great ways to figure that out is the people that are getting attacked the most.
Exactly.
The ones that the main media are trying to attack, those are the people that you should be going for, because they're being funded by the
right, the puppet masters. Right.
So if they're being funded by the
right,
then the people that they are opposing to, wouldn't it make sense that those are the people that you probably should be looking at to kind of make kind of champion over?
Are you familiar with Alex Jones? You familiar with Alex Jones?
Yeah.
Alex Jones, he's one of the people, like you said, man. Pay attention to the people that get attacked in the mainstream media the most. They wouldn't be going through all of that if they weren't saying anything that wasn't true. I think that sometimes they hit nerves on certain things. It's just like, oh damn, I forgot all. Yeah, Alex Jones. It's so funny because there's certain names because again, I guess I'm on YouTube or whatever the case. There's certain names that you don't say these names like the Andrew Tate, the Alex Jones. They don't like people because again, YouTube is all establishment. They all mainstream establishment. So there's certain names that you shouldn't say. But you ever ask yourself why? Why can't you say Alex Jones? Because if people start listening to Alex Jones or listening to the Taste, whatever the case is, they're the people that are telling you to question these bigger entities, to question the things that you're hearing on the news, this, that, and the other. And they can't control you if you start thinking for yourself. These are all people that, kind of preach independent thought. Anybody that preaches independent thought, critical thinking, to be able to think for yourself, I'm for that. But they don't. The mainstream media don't want you thinking for yourself. They don't want you doing that.
That's all. Man, they literally banned this man out of the face of the freaking earth.
That's crazy.
Out of everybody else in the world, like we have murderers, we have rapists, we have war criminals, we have the most disgusting people in human history.
Right. But they'll still keep giving them a platform.
And you're gonna ban this guy because he was just expressing himself. Talking about male masculinity.
Right, exactly. Nah,
I think the problem wasn't Tate. I don't think the problem was Tate. The problem is he was talking about masculinity. They don't want us to tap into masculinity.
Yeah. Tate preaches strong, independent thought, strong, independent men. Boys should, stop watching porn and, get financially stable, work out, go to the gym, exercise. Like, that's what Tate preaches. But
it's the opposite of the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, exactly, right. Exactly.
Except he's missing the greed part, by
exactly, right.
The lust.
Right, exactly, right. So again, he misses that, and those are the things that I'm glad that I have the ability, and I feel like other people have this ability as well too, to like take the good, leave the bad. Like, all right, cool. There's some things that he's saying that we could say are good. Are things that you would probably want your sons to kind of listen to, other young men, of course, because there's this new epidemic of people being lost and feeling misguided, have no purpose. And I feel like he preaches against that. Like, he preaches, nah, man, work out, exercise, take care of yourself, develop yourself financially, find something, find a career, find a trade. Like, people don't really, I feel like there is a demographic of people that don't want to have that message at the forefront, because that makes you independent of their agenda. That makes you independent of their resources and their platforms, whatever the case is. So when you start thinking for yourself and start questioning things and start going against the agenda that they want you to subscribe to, that's a problem. You become a threat to them. So
and you get labeled all this kind of different words and names, and
you get blackballed in the industry. People don't want to, have you on their platforms. People are afraid to say your name on their platforms. Oh, I can't be associated with this person. But again, ask yourself why.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Like, who started this idea of if you follow somebody, it's like you have to follow everything and they have to be super perfect.
Right.
Even in the Bible itself, like King fucking Solomon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Nah, you're good.
King
The
Solomon.
worst people.
Not even the worst people, even the kings.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like kings, like King Solomon, King David. They were all like sinners. Like they had prostitutes. They did terrible crap, but people still follow them. Even Samson was trying to get married with a prostitute, and that's how he was.
Right.
He was messing with a prostitute, bro.
Right.
Even though he was chosen by God, regardless, he was messing with a freaking prostitute. He was not being the most saint person in the world.
Right.
But people can still take that story and take the good from it. Still understand, what was his purpose and what message was he meant to send to the world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what you see how the Bible kind of connects it in some way with, for example, like that's the same way I look at like a lot of this I guess influencers, you would say, is some of them may not be the most perfect being, but there's a certain message that they were meant to push.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because God uses people in mysterious ways. I don't know what religion you're in or whatever entity or whatever thing you believe in. But whatever way you look at it in that way in your own version or language is, bro, there has to be like a way for us to connect all this stuff together, bro.
There is, man.
There has to be, bro.
Honestly, man, I feel like, and I think about that for myself as well too, like having this platform, of course, hopefully wanting it to grow someday, whatever the case is. And I always say this as well too, like when I have my quiet time with, I guess God, the source, whatever the case is, I always say like, man, use me in a manner that you see best fit, bro. Like, I'm not perfect. I always make sure, I always say that all the time, like, hey man, I will never come off as a man who has all the answers, who, I hate people that, kind of live them life on a high horse and kind of look down on people like, oh, I'm so knowledgeable now. You guys should listen to me. I'm right, you're wrong. No. So I feel like a good way to kind of, man, practice humility, one. But to your point as well, too, man, just being able to like understand, like, hey, man, I'm not talking to y'all saying that I'm perfect. I'm talking to y'all from a man, a flawed being. I always make that very clear. I'm just another flawed human being out here in this world trying to figure this thing out, bro. Here's my take on what's happening in the world. Here's why I'm moving how I'm moving, or what are the cases. Here's my POV from my, from where I'm sitting in the world. Here's what I'm making these things. But hey, take everything with a grain of salt. To a lot of these people, you, me, we're just another guy on the internet. There's so many people on the internet saying all these type of different things. If you agree with me, you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, you don't agree with me. But I do want people to always remember, like, hey, man, I didn't tell you I was perfect. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I use my platform to speak positive. I like talking about philosophy, things like that, self-improvement. Yeah, that's the core of my essence. But don't think that means I'm perfect. Like, I didn't tell you I'm here flawless. I didn't tell you I'm here as the, the upstanding citizen. Yeah, none of us are perfect, but at least I'm trying, bro. I think at least I'm choosing. I'm making a conscious attempt to use my platform for good, man.
To be better.
Of course, yeah. Use your platform for good, man. I always say that, man. What are the gifts, whatever talents the great Lord gave you, man? Use them for good. Like, and you see what happens when you use them for evil as well, too. It's like, yeah, you were skilled to do that thing. Whether you were skilled to shoot a ball in the basketball hoop, whether you're skilled to rap, whatever you were skilled to do in this world, use it for good. Use it for good, man. But teach his own. I think that's the plight of life, the plight of the human experience, man. Some people, again, depending on what you listen to more. Do you listen to the angel on the one shoulder? Do you listen to the devil more? Are you able to, whatever the case is? I feel like some people either just live their life with zero regard of who's talking. Like, oh, I don't hear nothing, whatever the case is. Or some people do have both sides and they're aware that, okay, there's a good side, there's a bad side, but they just consciously choose to listen to the other side that tells them to do things, or maybe manipulates them to think where, okay, you think you're doing the right thing, but on the low, that was just a trick of the devil that has you now doing things that you probably wouldn't have done if you thought it through, a little bit more. But
I think that's also comes from like, because that also comes from a strong belief in something. I don't think I almost feel like maybe I am wrong about this, but lately, since I'm kind of just growing through my own journey at the moment, I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things as I move on, you know. But I feel like we weren't just meant to be a blank slate. I feel like you choose who you want to be, but just being a blank slate almost, because if you're just blank, anybody can go and write down and draw whatever the hell they want to draw on that crap. But if you choose your own path, it's a lot harder for them to influence you to go towards a path that you weren't supposed to go. And maybe at some point, if let's say you were agnostic or atheist, whatever, at some point, just think about this like there's no religion, there's no nothing, there's just normal people like you having a conversation, right? Let's say you have come to the same conclusion that I have just come into. Of, we need some kind of guideline. We need people to believe in something bigger than themselves so hard that they cannot be swayed by any riches or any amount of money or anything like that. Like a politician just doesn't get paid millions of dollars just to sit their ass and not do anything for us. You know what I mean? Like something like a belief so strong that will create such a strong community. How do we do that? And they all come together and they follow where this idea is coming from. I'm guessing it's coming from, I guess, their deep consciousness, their being, because we are made in the images of God. Right? We are creators. So I feel like this text, like they are messages, like from our deep conscience. Like it's not even about whether you believe it's real or not. It's almost like it's within us. Do I sound crazy, man? I feel like
And I know we've been oh damn, I didn't even know it was that late. Hold on. Nah, we've been rapping for a minute. Nah, we definitely been rapping for a minute. Even me, like I didn't know it was that late, honestly. But that's the byproduct of the conversation.
You know what? Maybe I'm gonna just stop right there.
Yeah.
but am I like rambling or is anything I'm saying?
Nah, man, nah. I think we jumped a lot, but I think we had I think the byline and everything that we were saying, bro. I think we both can agree, right, that our society right now does have an opportunity to look at things in a way that, kind of view the world from how I kind of look at the world right now. There's a direction that the world's going in right now that we don't have to go down, essentially. I feel like we can all make conscious decisions and kind of know a little bit more because we touched on a lot. We touched about a lot. We spoke religion. We spoke morals. We spoke, bribery. We spoke politics, So, but I think overall, I think there's a lot of things that if anybody, even just for myself speaking, I feel like what I took away from this conversation, bro, is just man, think for yourself.
Think for yourself.
Right?
Educate yourself.
Be kind to others.
I
think that's what I took away from this conversation. I appreciate this conversation, man. This was cool. And I encourage you, like I said, man. And I'm glad we connected. We did definitely connect as well too.
I'm glad I did. This was actually my first time having a full conversation here.
Nice.
So sorry if I just went to way into.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
I think I went a little bit too deep.
Nah, bro. I don't like. Look, to be completely honest, had the conversation not been of this caliber, I wouldn't have been here this long, bro. Because again, I swear, bro. I swear. Look, the fact that the conversation to me, these are things that I like talking about, man. This conversation had substance. Had we been talking about sports? Or like, oh man, did you see? You can speak on that thing from a surface level, but I like thought-provoking things. I like things that can help me think. I like learning, and I feel like this conversation had substance. The conversation had substance. That's why I wasn't mad at it at all, man. But this is good.
No, I love this. I would love to do this later on again. Maybe with a little bit more planning, and I'll have it.
Yeah. This is sporadic. 100%.
Yeah, it was a little bit sporadic,
Yeah,
but it
for
was kind of
sure.
random all
Right.
over the place.
Right. As
But
a matter of
man,
fact, what I actually want to do, man, like I said, you're connected with me. I think we connected
Mhm.
on IG, of course. Yeah. So
Yes,
you'll be able.
yes.
You can find the link to everything else that I have. Everything else is linked.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
what I want to start doing moving forward, I don't know when. I kind of want to build my channel a little bit more as well too. But what I want
Yeah.
to start doing is hosting panels, bro. And I think you'll be a good person to have on as well too. Whereas it's
Yeah.
literally the same thing. So of course you'll see the channel is Abstract Assembly. So I want to start having panels of up to, I think, anywhere up to like maybe 5-10 people, whatever the case is. Whereas we'll come together on a theme. Maybe we could review something that we maybe that's currently going on in the world, or we can just throw things out there. Hey, what's your take on this? And I want to have a diverse panel: black people, white people, young, old, rich, poor. And everybody, no right or wrong answers. We're just having a conversation. I guess, of course, on the platform. And again, everybody can kind of learn and share their perspectives. Whether you agree, whether you disagree, whatever the case is. It's not a debate, whatever the case is, but it's thought-provoking conversation. So that way, at the end of it, you can really go home like, damn, I do agree with what that dude said,
Yeah.
or I disagree, or I was able to at least challenge my ideas with other people that may or may not agree with my point of view.
Yeah, I understand that.
So we're connected. So for sure, man, I'm working on. I'm doing this for now. So this monkey thing,
Mhm.
this monkey app is like how I kind of want to like build things up. But once I have like a solid, can have like, 'cause I don't even know that many people to be able to sit down and have these type of conversations with. But I want to grow into that. Man, yeah, you can look through the content that I have up there now. But I do know down the line, I do want to have like panels of like maybe 8 to 10 people, and we just have conversations just like this, man. And everybody just throw their 2 cents in the pot. Share what you think. Share what your thoughts are. What your views are. What your world on. Your views of the world, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I like things like that for sure.
Wait, what is your Twitch? Because I don't see it anywhere.
All right, so let me see. My Twitch is the one that's the least used right now, to be complete. I just started streaming on there now. All right, so if you hold on, we're connected on Instagram, right? Oh, I see. All right. As a matter of fact, I know why. So my Twitch is not, and I think I know why. Cause all right, so I've been going back and forth on Twitch, whether I wanted to use it or not. It's gonna be up there. It's all right. So it's the platform that I use the least, but it's gonna be up there. I forgot it's not on my website right now. But if you click that link in my bio, of course, you'll see the link to everything else. The Rumble, I think I'm active. I'm most active on. I think I'm maybe like the most active on like Twitter and YouTube. Rumble is another platform, of course. Rumble is the platform that I guess kind of champions free speech, so they kind of it's that's where Andrew Tate is. Andrew Tate and them is on Rumble. So
because I thought you said that you are more. Are you more on YouTube or Twitch or?
All right. I'm more. All right. I have the majority of my work is on YouTube. I would say I speak a lot on Twitter. I think Twitter is maybe my favorite platform out of all of them. But you can live stream on Twitter as well too. So right now I'm live streaming on 4 of them: Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter. Where
are you seeing like the most engagement? Would you say
the most engagement from you right now because like we were saying this as well too, from a live stream standpoint, it's maybe Twitter and Rumble. Because I actually just started. All right, because I didn't really used to live stream on YouTube. To be completely honest, today's the first.
I didn't even know you could live stream on Rumble like that, except for like recently. That's when I found out about it.
So Rumble and Twitter are the main ones that I think most people are familiar with, like YouTube and Twitch. Those are like the main ones when it comes to live streaming. But so right now, like video upload wise, most of my traction's on YouTube. Live streaming wise, most of my traction I think is on like Rumble and Twitter. But I'm trying to grow. I'm gonna now. Today's my first day live streaming on YouTube, so this is actually a good conversation. So YouTube is where all of my pre-recorded stuff is, but I'm implementing live streaming on my YouTube now, so I can kind of grow that a little bit more.
You can kind of diversify.
Exactly. I'm trying to spread. Yeah, I gotta
as well.
for sure. But you just reminded me. Yeah, I'm gonna add my Twitch is not on. It's not. It was on there, but I took it down. But I'm gonna add it again since I'm streaming on there.
Yeah. Because I was trying to see.
Yeah.
If I can follow you through and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. That's greatly appreciated. And when you start your thing as well too, man, like, yeah, I got you, bro.
Yes, bro.
I'm looking out for you 100%.
Bro, I am so excited. But how is my mic and everything? Like, is everything good?
Perfect. Yeah, mic was good. Lighting was good. Nice little dope background. Everything was solid, bro. Everything was solid for sure.
Man, we really stayed up.
Yeah, we
when
did.
did we start talking? When did we start talking? Like, I think we
know
stayed up for like an hour.
Yeah. I don't know when we started our conversation, but it says I've been streaming for 3 hours and 13 minutes. Mind you, I usually stream for an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I don't mind streaming if there's reason to stream. If there was nothing for me to do, then I would have got out a long time ago.
Yeah.
But this was good conversation, bro. This was good conversation for sure.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely keep in touch and everything.
For
I
sure.
would like to see like our journeys kind of go up.
For sure,
you know what I mean?
bro.
Together.
For sure. Iron sharpens iron, bro. I say that all the time, man.
Yeah.
So you can inspire, we inspire each other for sure.
Yeah, we can definitely push each other and
100%.
Try to figure out different ways to like push ourselves forward and
100%.
go together.
Best advice
I
got
feel
for
like
you,
we
man,
have
just
like
jump in.
so many similar things, so I'm like, I'm excited.
And West African brother from Kenya as well too. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We
Let's go. Let's go.
right.
Both sides, man.
Hey,
Both
bro, it was a
sides.
good conversation, man. Peace and blessings, bro. We're connected, man. So I'm sure we'll rap again, man. For sure.
For sure.
Nice.
All right, brother, you
Hey,
have a good
all
one,
the
man.
best, man. Take care. That's what's up. I've been on this joint rapping.
Yo.
What's going on? Should I get off? Are people still watching? What's good, brother? Oh, Nickel Floor. What's going on, brother? Nickel Floor, my fault, bro. I'm just now seeing you on Rumble. I should have been on Rumble. Nickel Floor, you still there? Yo. Black nerds have no political representation. Yo, what's going on? Yeah, still. I am streaming. How are you? It's not that many people. To be completely honest.
Wait, can I sing my Lana Del Rey song?
Go for it. Mind you, I'm not a super large streamer, but I mean there are people
I know.
watching. But go for
I
it.
know.
Do your thing.
Did you ever hear about the legend of the boot China?
The Legend of the Blue China.
Boot China.
Nah, I'm not familiar. Go for it.
My pussy is.
I'm out of here. The fuck? What's going on? I feel like around these hours things get a little bit sketchy. I'm about to step off. People in bed.
Ass nigga.
Still
You little
my-
dick ass nigga.
Damn, bro.
Get your fucking.
Damn,
Get
bro.
your.
What happened,
Yo.
bro? Yo. Damn, this
You want to be Kaisa not so bad, like.
Damn, what you want to be?
Fred was counting the money. Your brother became.
I'm about to hop off, bro. It gets weird around these hours. Damn, I ain't know my man Nickel Floor was rocking out with me on Rumble, bro. Nickel Floor, man. Shout out to you. I'm about to get up out of here, man. I had a pretty decent night. Hopefully there's some things that I could chop up for later. Why y'all not sleeping? I'm about to get out of here. That was a good conversation. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been streaming for a good minute. Anyway. Boom. So that's my time, folks. This was actually pretty cool. I like this, man. I'm going to start doing this a lot more. Shout out to y'all if you've been watching. If you've been watching either on, and that brother just reminded me, I got to add my, let me just do that now. I should have added my, I'm going to do that. Should I? Yeah, I'm going to add my Twitch. I am live streaming on Twitch. I forgot I took the link down from Twitch because I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to stream on Twitch, but I am going to start streaming on Twitch. Let me see if anybody is even popping off over there. That is this channel is temporarily unavailable, dude. Oh, see, bro. I haven't been streaming on Twitch. This channel is temporarily unavailable due to a violation of Twitch's community guidelines or terms of service. Wow. That's crazy. What did I do? You see, bro? Twitch took my channel down. They locked me out. What? All right, I'm about to stop. Nonetheless, hey, folks, this is great. I'm going to chop up what I could chop up and upload to my channels later. If you're still watching this, is there anybody, if you're watching me on Twitter, it's greatly appreciated. 25 viewers. If you're watching, dang, what did I do? Hold on. Why did Twitch, you see, bro? Twitch stopped the stream. When did they stop it? What did I do? They logged me out. Come on, if I'm still streaming on YouTube, there's no way that Twitch stopped, bro. What the Bro, Twitch logged me out. I was definitely on Twitch earlier. Nonetheless, this is usually the time that I call it a night anyway. Very good conversations, man. That was dope. I like this app, man. It's all what you make it. If you come across some interesting people, you could actually have decent conversations, man. Shout out to the brother I was talking to, man. Shout out to Nickel Floor over on Rumble, man. I didn't know you were there, bro. This is kind of cool. Shows you how strange Americans are. Where does dude live? Nickel Floor, man. Shout out to you. I got a supporter on Rumble who stops by. Next time I'm gonna leave that screen up. I didn't have that screen up, Nickel Floor. My fault, bro. Shout out to Nickel Floor. If you're watching this on Twitter, shout out to you on Twitter. Show love. If I at him, shout out Nickel Floor. Nickel Floor. Shout out to y'all that's been watching, man. It's 2 o'clock. This is typically standard operating hours for me anyway, but I had a long conversation, and the conversation was pretty good. I'm not mad at that conversation at all. I don't know why I got banned on, why they stopped me on Twitch. If I'm still on Twitter, there should be no reason why. If I'm still on YouTube, there should be no reason why they should have logged me out. But nonetheless, this was cool. This was fun. Shout out to if you're watching me on YouTube. Shout out if you're watching me on Rumble. Shout out if you're watching me on Twitter. And I was live on Twitch as well too, but I don't know when they stopped that. And I don't know what I did. See, I may not be able to do this live anymore. It's risky business because you come across some people that have you violating the terms of service of whatever. But nonetheless, folks, I'm about to call it a night. Greatly appreciated. I'm glad I had those conversations. I'll be back on here on Friday. We'll do it again, man. I like this. This is fun. And I'll think about some other ways to implement things into this channel. So that way it is thought-provoking. It is beneficial for you that may be watching. Hopefully you have some insight, some perspectives. I want to start, like I said, I don't know if you guys heard me talk about that as well too, but I want to start having panels of people, man, like just different people, bro. Pull up, share your thoughts. There's no right or wrong answers. There's no, not looking for, I don't care if you're rich, poor, black, white. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care about none of that, bro. I care about perspective. What is your take on the world? What is your take on the world? What do you make of the things that's happening, man? What's some perspective? What are some things that I can learn from you? How's some things that you can learn from me? And vice versa, man. Iron sharpens iron. Damn, man. But shout out to y'all. I'm about to call it a night. I will catch you guys on Friday between, I don't know. I'll hop on when I hop on. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.